It's our 20th birthday.
We're having a party.
Actually, this station was born June 10th, 2002, and we were given the name FM 107. It sounded a little something like this.
Jane asked her doctor about FM 107. Now, she's getting FM 107 all the time. Real life conversation, only on 107.1.
20 years later, we've become a Marconi Award-winning station known as myTalk 107.1.
Actually, I like that better.
To celebrate, we gave Lori and Julia, the two gals who have been here since day one, the day off. The bar is open, ladies. And here to host our 3-hour birthday bash broadcast, presented by Chanhassen Dinner Theaters, the man who made his radio debut in 2005 as FM 107's Buzz Boy, Jason Matheson.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 20th birthday bash for myTalk 107.1. I'm Jace. We are here live at Lush in Northeast Minneapolis, and thank you. Let's hear it for the crew here at Lush for hosting us, and David and everyone who helped make today possible, our engineers and our behind-the-scenes staff. Well, we have a great 3 hours ahead. I don't want to waste a moment. You hear enough of me talking every day, so I want to get right to it. We thought the perfect way to start the show would be to, well, start at the beginning. Talk about how FM 107 and then myTalk happened. And there's two people that can talk about that better than anyone. Please welcome to the show Jenny Morris and Dan Seaman. Come on up. It's a very long walk. It's like the Oscars. I should have prepped them. Keep clapping, everyone. It'll help the folks on the radio. Come on up. We'll get you some mics. Paul Black, engineer Paul Black has returned for this special occasion. And Dan's grabbing a prop. There we go. Again, Dan Seaman and Jenny Morris, everybody. Jenny, I want to start with you. I've said it on the air a few times. When the station started, I'm sure in the public it was reflective of what probably you were hearing in the industry. What the heck are you thinking? What were you thinking as far as FM 107 was concerned?
It's a really good question.
I hope you have an answer.
Well, I had kind of gotten my feet wet radio-wise from a management perspective at 1500 KSTP, the talk station, and we acquired a new FM station to move in from Wisconsin, and we were faced with either doing a traditional format or something new, and all the research said you should probably do the traditional format, and because it's probably a quicker road to profitability, which it might have been. But having experienced the kind of the relationship that transpires between a talk audience and a team of talk talent, we decided to take another route. When I first interviewed Dan Seaman, he said, "What's up with that 107 thing? Like, you're gonna change it, right?"
That's a really good Dan imitation, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not whiny enough.
No.
But, here we are 20 years later, but we had a few really important things that happened in the country between when we started and before we turned profitable. It took a full decade.
A full decade.
Full decade before we achieved profitability.
And I want to get back to that. You mentioned Dan. Dan Seaman is here. On the show, I refer to him as the Emperor. But what's your title? You've had a lot of titles. What's your fancy title now, Dan?
I'm the
Emperor.
Emperor, yeah.
VP/Emperor.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you came aboard not at the very beginning. You came in, 06, right, Dan?
Yeah, I started in September of 06.
Okay, so let's pick up where Jenny left off. You looked at her and said, what's up with this 107 thing? What was up with this 107 thing?
Well, I'd been across the street all this time, and we sort of looked at it, honestly, as a bit of a folly. And we liked it because it was one less format in the market. It was one less country station. It was one less rock station, one less top 40 station. But in many conversations with Ginny about this, I did not come to this job to change it. By the time I got there, Ginny had convinced me of her vision. I had spent enough time listening to people like Lori and Julia, and I think, yeah, for sure Ian, I think Ian and Marjorie together at that point, to know that there was a there. It just took some testing and measuring to figure out what that was.
And let's go back to Ginny now. You mentioned Lori and Julia, as I call them, the big heads on the billboard. They started it all, the ground floor. I have to ask you, because I'm going to do first impressions with all the shows as we move on. Jenny, act like nobody's here, as honest as you can be. Tell us your first impression of Lori and Julia.
These women do not have radio voices.
Okay, your
But
second
they don't stop
thought.
talking, so I don't have to worry about dead air. So it's going to be really. They were so entertaining when Todd Fisher and I, who preceded Dan, when Todd Fisher and I went to breakfast with them at the Egg, and I clear that in spite of the fact that they don't have voices made for radio, they have a lot to say, and they're very entertaining and fun to listen to. So.
And this question for both of you, and Dan, I know you have a timeline of kind of pivotal moments you want to touch on, and this kind of fits in that. When did you both know, profitability aside, when did you both know, ooh, this is something? We may not have the ratings, we may not have the profitability, but ooh, it's connecting with folks. How did you, Jenny, we'll start with you. When did you know that?
I don't remember.
Dan, we'll move over to you.
Yeah, Dan's got a more granular memory.
Yeah, I think we always knew there was something there, honestly, because of Lori and Julia. When we looked and when we launched myTalk in 2010, which I'll get to here in a second, that the name myTalk, we were looking, at that show as a model. They were centered in pop culture. They were centered in entertainment. They were centered in TV and film, and at the time we used the word gossip and celebrity gossip, and that was their show. And we had a bunch of other shows at the time that really didn't fit. I always talk about the center lane, and the center lane was entertainment and pop culture. They lived there. The other shows might drive on that lane occasionally, but they weren't living there. So we then tried to put on a radio station in 2010 that reflected that brand all the way through the day. And, we got close. We had to, test and measure and try some other shows. But I think if I can go to my timeline.
Please go to your Dan Seaman timeline.
Yeah, I mean, some of the pivotal moments were it was 2007, 2 hires were made that today still are critical to this radio station. And that was hiring Amy Daniels, the program director.
B. Arthur.
And that was hiring Sonia Ungerman, who is our general sales manager. And they're still here today. And then came, and I don't remember when Brooke O'Rourke came, maybe 5 years later, 3 to 4 or 5 years later, but when Brooke came, they really became, when you look at the behind the scenes, they are the brains behind this operation. And when that got clicking, then we really knew we had something. So that date of hiring Amy was really important in bringing Sonia in and then bringing Brooke. But to me, the biggest...
Aren't you going to say the day you hired Jason Matheson, for goodness sake?
That's coming. That's coming. Don't ruin my bit.
Okay, sorry.
Jenny, you're stepping on his bit.
But, well, the other one is the day we traded Reavers to KSTP and got Marley McMillan. That was a really good. That was a good trade. That was a good day too. But we launched. So that was called FM 107. Real Talk Conversation, and it was. Jenny always uses the example. It was really Vanity Fair. And then in February of 2010.
And you all wanted People Magazine.
Yeah.
Which is more fun.
Yeah. So in 2010, we launched myTalk. And we brought in the lineup. The lineup I have right here.
You have the lineup from that year, from that original myTalk year?
Yeah, here's the original lineup. Ian and Marjorie in Morning Drive, Colleen, Cruz, and the boys did early middays. Jason Alexis did late middays. And then Lori and Julia did afternoon drive. And that I think was really the start of where we got to today. A lot of groundwork was made prior to that, trust me. We learned a lot in the 5 years prior to that. But, there were just key hires along the way,
Including the Emperor, including Dan Seaman, for sure.
Well, we'll skip that part, but I want to talk about, so we hired Matheson, right? And we put him into Morning Drive.
I know. I look like I'm 11 in that billboard.
When did you go into Morning Drive?
we went into morning drive in the 2013. The Daily Show started in 08. We went to morning drive in 13.
Okay, so we put Jason and Alexis in the morning drive in 2013, and we were so confident about how well that show we would do that we had to give away $50,000 just to get people to listen.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
That's what he told my agent, actually, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, and trust me, there wasn't much left after we had to back up the Brinks truck to get him to begin with. But you know, I get passionate about this because it was such an exciting time. And then you think about some of the shows that we had in that timeline to get to where we're at today. But if you look at the most important dates of where we are today, I would say the day we put, you know, Jason, Alexis in morning drive, the day we put Don and Steve in middays, the day we put Clean and Bradley in late middays, and Lori and Julia have been here a long time. And these shows are, you know, you guys are, I think, 4 years old, Donna.
Clean and Bradley are 10.
Clean and Bradley are 10. And Lori and Julia, of course, are 20. You guys have been together for 12 or 13, not mornings, but your show together. And in this market, in radio, that's longevity.
In our remaining minutes, because we do have to get to the Queens coming up next, Lori and Julia. But that's right. But closing minutes, Jenny, is there anything you want? Because not only are we're looking at a room full of myTalkers, but obviously thousands more are listening in their cars, on their boats, in their kitchens. What do you want to say to the listeners out there as we approach year 21?
I just want to say thank you, because we own a lot of radio stations across the country, and there is no audience air talent relationship like we have, like you all have built with myTalk. Anytime we get behind a community event, you guys rally, you guys support our sponsors, you support the team, you certainly give us your feedback, and none of it would happen without all of you. So thank you all so very much.
And Dan, your last thoughts?
Yeah, I've been doing this I've been in this market for 40 years.
Old.
And this is a one-of-a-kind radio station. It's the only one like it in the country. And the reason is the passion of the listeners. These myTalkers, you myTalkers, are in athletes you hear, or in athletics you hear football, the 12th man, which are the fans. That is all of you. Everything we do, every decision we make, every decision these guys make is through the filter of, will the myTalkers want to participate? Will the myTalkers want to be a part of this? And you always are. And it has bettered this community. I absolutely believe that.
And we are allowed to do that. And I'll probably say this a few times. We are allowed to do all of that because of leadership like you two and Amy and Brooke and Sonia. Give it up for Dan and Jenny, everyone. When we return, they started it all. Lori and Julia, as the myTalk 20th anniversary celebration continues live from Lush. Back in a moment.
It's myTalk 1071's birthday bash.
Well, congratulations, guys.
As we go to break, here's a little myTalk trivia question for you. What Academy Award nominated actor's son once called in to clap back at Jason and Alexis for something they said about his dad? Was it A, Elliot Gould, B, Ryan O'Neal, or C, Nick Nolte? We'll have the answer when we return on myTalk 1071.
Hey, it's Donna with John Schuster from the John Schuster Group with Coldwell Banker Realty. John, I've seen your 400-plus five-star reviews on Google. What kind of experience should your client expect?
Well, our goal is for our clients to have the best real estate experience possible, period. I think a good agent asks a lot of questions to learn about their clients' wants and needs. At the John Schuster Group, we pride ourselves on strong and effective marketing, superb communication, and getting the best results for our clients. Now, everyone on our team is a great problem solver, and it's amazing to watch a high-functioning team come together and support each other and deliver life-changing results for our clients. We're not a mega team. We're a boutique team of 17 agents. Everyone on our team is a seasoned agent, so we don't have any newbies, and we really don't have much turnover like other teams. Our team has a great culture, and I think our clients feel that positivity and the confidence that we can help them achieve their goals and have some fun in the process.
All right, thanks, John. You can find him at johnschustergroup.com.
My brother is so sweet and funny, but lately he's really down on himself. He's always struggled with his weight. It's like he has no control over his eating. And now he has diabetes and hypertension. I just want to help him.
Eating disorders are not your fault. At Melrose Center, we work together to heal eating disorders and offer both residential and outpatient care. Visit melroseheals.com to learn more.
This is Ann Tressler with Tressler Law. If you're in a marriage with someone that is not willing to take care of themselves and need to get out, we can help. I personally was in a marriage many years ago with an alcoholic. I understand what that situation is like, so whether you're dealing with substance abuse, domestic abuse, financial issues, or mental health issues, we can help. If you've had your life on hold, it might be time to move forward. For a free 1-hour divorce consultation, please contact us at TresslerLaw.com or myTalk keyword divorce.
Rob tried to manage his constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating day after day. After realizing it was irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, he found another way and finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination.
Is it going over? There we go. Hey guys, there's a couple cars parked illegally in front of Lush. One's a black, it looks like a Mitsubishi. If you have a black car, like a crossover, and a white truck, you may want to go outside. You're parked illegally. Go to the front desk, please.
Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Avian Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt, one of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold. Deadline fast approaching. But a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Happy birthday! Welcome back to the myTalk 20th Birthday Bash, presented by Chanhassen Dinner Theaters. In 2012, Patrick O'Neill called into Jason and Alexis to defend his father, Ryan O'Neill.
When you write a book about your personal life and you go on the Today Show, it shouldn't be a shock that you're asked personal questions. Patrick, would you say?
Listen, you do a radio show where you do little cuckoo sound effects from my father. Now, if you don't like the fact that I'm calling in to defend my father...
I didn't say I didn't like it, Patrick. You're on my show.
I'm his son, and I could tell you he was making little jokes. Now, if you don't get it, if you don't like it, that's fine. But he's not crazy.
So that happened right here on myTalk 107.1. For more myTalk memories, let's throw it back to the Birthday Bash host, Jason Matheson.
And welcome back. We are live now from Lush in Northeast Minneapolis for the 20th Birthday Bash of myTalk. We're going to have those little trivia moments all throughout the show. The audience and I were looking at each other. I don't even remember that happening. But anyway, let's get right to it. You just heard Jenny and Dan say what we say all the time. We wouldn't be here without them. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lori and Julia. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, ladies.
Thank you.
Now, you heard what Jenny thought of you when you first went on the air. You guys, and this is the mildest way to put it, you weren't broadcasters when you got the job, right?
Not even close.
Not even close.
So, I did do PR for Sun Country, and I did the interviews on TV and radio. I did. For 2 years.
I know.
And I did the Body Perks.
Yeah.
All those interviews. So I was ready.
You're ready.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so take me back to that first day. Okay, I asked them what they thought of you. What did you think on that first day? The light comes on. Donnie, turn your mic on. Notice I said that. You didn't. Donnie turned your mic on. Thank you, Rob. Whoever, Grant's laughing. Take us to that moment. What were you thinking?
Okay, we were in the small studio, and
we were all in one studio together. We're like Alexis is.
And
we didn't even want to be out of Donnie's sight.
No, because we had no idea what we were doing. And we had...
upset stomachs.
Beyond. I was in the bathroom a million times. people, other colleagues around that were sitting
We've
by
been on
us.
30 minutes, and Julia mentions diarrhea.
Oh, no, that was Lori.
No, it was me.
Yeah.
But
Lori,
really,
but it's the truth.
We were like, what have we got ourselves into?
And it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's 3 hours.
It's 3 hours.
So, and we had practiced, so we did these little mock shows for a couple weeks. We were kind of bored after 20 minutes talking, like, we got it.
Yeah.
Oh, paranoid, panicked. I really wish we had it because there were a lot of ums, huh, what, and then my mom calls in, and then Lori's husband, my brother, calls in
Frank
just
from Fridley.
for filler.
Yeah.
We were just. It was
King of
scarier than crap.
Diamonds.
Well, maybe some of those ooh. Maybe those will be included in a little montage that Rocco has put together.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the best of Lori and Julia.
Oh dear. What are we gonna do right now?
Why I announced the names.
Yes, choose. Well, aren't we gonna say it?
I did. You weren't.
Oh, oops. Oh, you ran a promo and came over here.
Yeah, because I came back to you and you guys were not there, so
We're playing makeup. I'm sorry. Okay.
I announced the names, so we're all
You
okay.
already announced the names.
I had to.
Oh, Danny, I guess we really were missing out.
Okay. That's
all right. Well, girls, quit playing and talk on the air. Where this is radio. This is radio.
Look at me. I look.
I have one
insane.
eyebrow
See,
on
here's
her. The problem. Now, this is the problem. Okay. Donnie actually ran a promo during our show to come over here and talk to us and tell us we're on the air.
Oops. Well, this is the distraction with makeup and shoes.
Donnie, it's not my fault.
It isn't. No,
Yes,
you
it is.
really.
That's where it ends.
Oh, we had no idea.
No.
You had no idea.
No.
Donnie is in there. It is in your little montage. Now look, we did give you a slightly smaller montage.
Yes, 'cause we had a big one.
You guys
We had a whole day.
You guys had a month. You know what I mean?
We're good.
Yes,
We're good.
we're
But let's talk about two people featured in that. Donnie. When I say Donnie to the two of you, because our goal with this show is kind of a love letter to the audience and to have everyone that's been a part of it feel really celebrated. And I think everyone here would agree Donnie Love deserves to feel the love.
Oh,
when I
yes.
say
Oh, yes.
when I say Donnie Love to you two, what do you think?
Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God for Donnie.
Yeah.
I don't know that we would have, because he balanced us so well. I don't know that we would have.
While we were learning how to ride the bike, he was like
He was the training wheels.
The training wheels for us, and
And
he
really,
kept us on track.
He did.
Yeah.
And put up with us. Holy cow, did he put up with us and our antics. I mean, we'd be at the fair. We were in the bathroom or somewhere. We're back live. I know everyone blames it on me, but it wasn't always me, Lori. And I mean, Donnie's like, we're on the air, and we're like, whatever. We're giving out sunglasses. We're meeting the people. They like us. No. So I mean, don't you think he was perfect? He was perfect.
When I think of Donnie and I think of you two, I think of the year at the fair that Julia was unhappy at Donnie's placement.
Oh,
In
yes.
the broadcast booth.
He was in the wrong spot.
He's in the wrong spot.
Boy, you know she was.
Because Julia goes, well, when people come into our booth, the first person they're going to see is Donnie. So I would like Donnie moved to the back so that Lori and Julia can be in the spot where the tourists see them first. So that was the year that long-suffering Donnie started.
That's when it started, and I'm such a brat. I was such a brat. I still am, sort of, but, I was a brat.
Okay, let's go to the present. Lori, talk to me about Grant.
About Grant?
Yeah.
Oh, we love Grant.
Well, we are going to, we're molding him like animation clay, is what we're hoping. We're just,
That's true.
He's got like the heart, the desire, and the best laugh on radio,
He really
I think, on the
does.
station.
And he works so hard. I mean, Grant, we love you. You already know that. I sent him a note. I mean, it's just, he's kind of perfect for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's just.
And it didn't take us long to learn his name.
No.
I heard you talking about us the other day, sweetie, honey. That was everybody.
I should say, Julia didn't know anybody's
Terrible
name.
still.
It took Julia about 3 years for you to learn anybody's name. Alexis was Sweetie for about 3 years.
And I don't mean it in a mean way. It's just sometimes
It's lazy, that's all. We can't help it.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Look at
it's too much work
Lori
to know a
thought
name.
Donnie was in the wrong place too, by the way, but I'm the one that said it.
Oh, no, I agreed.
She agreed.
Lori did agree.
Lori's the background, but I'm just sometimes the mouthpiece that gets in trouble.
I don't know how much we're going to be able to fit in, and hopefully maybe we'll do it later. But when people think of you, they think of everything that we just covered, but obviously they think of probably, oh, we have to go already?
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
The
well,
love letter is
the
coming
love
to an
letter.
end.
I know.
We'll talk about it. We have a little time toward the end. We got to talk about Donna Millsgate.
Oh,
More
yes, we do.
from our 20th anniversary when we come back. Back in a moment. Oh, I didn't know that. There are 30 seconds on our show, so I apologize.
Thanks, Jace. Here's another
Got
myTalk trivia question. Remember the Manuary pageant where we did bracket-style tournaments to crown our favorite guys? Who won the very first Manuary pageant in 2010? Was it A, Brad Pitt, B, Zac Efron, or C, George Clooney? We'll have the answer when we return on myTalk 107.1.
Hey everybody, it's Lori and Julia here for Hammernix Interior Solutions and Flooring Superstores, and we were just talking about the State Fair and our memories, and they did our beautiful
They did the flooring in our nice
there.
booth.
It's amazing, and just if you have, if it's time to remodel or you just need to get ideas, it's such a fantastic place to go and explore. They've got designers there. They have so many options. They've built this huge flooring superstore on the west side of town on Bass Lake Road in 169 that when you go in there, the lighting is so great. There's so many options and so many choices. We love it.
Yeah, we do. And that
And the
floor,
OG location,
the location
on Rice Street is so, both of their locations, they've got carpeting, they've got flooring, they've got
the largest inventory,
and
12% off. We almost said
12% upfront off discount on all in-stock flooring. They're so much fun. They've got designers there to help you out. It's a perfect place to shop, and we're shopping local and supporting,
We want to
the
support.
natives.
That's right.
We really do. Jobs in our community. That's hammernix.com for more information.
Never miss a deal. Digital coupons, fuel rewards, ordering for delivery or pickup. It's all on the new Cub app. Shop the big BOGO sale this week and save on all your summer favorites. Fresh strawberries, buy one, get one free. Mouth-watering pork baby back ribs, buy one, get one free. And essential everyday cheese, you guessed it, buy one, get one free.
Grant,
Don't
I'm
miss
here.
the big BOGO sale. Going on now. My Cub, my way.
Sick and tired of waiting? Seems like all home improvement projects are still
No.
on back order
Is
and
it
taking
possible? Can
forever.
we do the Donna
Premier
Marley
Pool
and
and
Tam
Spa to the
Montuge first?
rescue. Come browse their showroom and check out their in-stock
We'll do
quality
that in their
spas
first
and
segment,
Arctic
and then the
spas
second
and
segment,
all-weather
the Donna
pools.
and Steve
Built
montage.
for cold weather, these quality spas handle the harsh Minnesota winters and are available to you now. Instead
Perfect.
of waiting,
Thank you. And again, I'm
run
sorry about that
to their
long music
showroom
bed. I
in
had no
Chanhassen.
idea.
Premier Pool and Spa, where we take fun seriously.
The real estate market is red hot, and all the answers you
And I'm
need
gonna
are
have
on the
Adam
Red Hot
give me
Real
a
Estate
time
Show.
cue,
Listen
just
to
so I
Mimi
know better,
Schoeneman,
too, here,
licensed
Les.
realtor, Remax Results, and her co-host Miss Shannon, Sundays 11 to noon. Get real estate tips and find out what's new, what's hot, and how to buy your dream home. And Mimi and Shannon have gathered other experts to answer your questions too. Visit MNRedHotRealestate.com or go to the myTalk website, keyword Red Hot.
FY, he wanted
Listen
me
to
to tell
Mimi
you.
Sundays 11 to noon on myTalk 107.1.
Thank you, Grant. You're doing great. It's officially summer, so run to Red. And nothing screams summer quite like the happy hour of your dreams. And all Red Cow and Red Rabbit locations invite you to any of their locations to enjoy some of my favorite fabulous bites. Cool off with a cucumber gin and tonic and pair it with, oh, my favorite ahi tuna tacos from Red Cow or fresh oysters from Red Rabbit. Happy hour is available on the patio, at the bar, or in the dining room. Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 5. Run to Red.
Happy birthday! Welcome back to the myTalk 20th Birthday Bash, presented by Chanhassen Dinner Theaters. The very first Manuary winner was Lori and Julia's close personal friend, George Clooney.
George, come here. Come here. Come here, please. Please, George. Oh, George, come here. Yeah, George. George, just say hi. Oh, yeah, say your name, please.
You say my name.
Say my name.
Now back to the man who would never get a name wrong on the red carpet, Jason Matheson.
And welcome back to the 20th birthday bash for myTalk here at Lush. Before we get to Donna and Steve, a shout out to Chanhassen Dinner Theaters, who's our exclusive sponsor of our bash. And believe me, anytime we do something, Chanhassen is right there. So we just want to say thank you. And of course, our team here at Lush. And a shout out to Rocco. All the elements you're hearing in today's show, Rocco has worked so hard on those. And the little montage for. And I have a little fun fact about the little clip that you heard of Lori and Julia. Rocco searched the archives, and he found the earliest piece of Lori and Julia sound bites was that one where Donnie was rescuing them. So how ironic is that? One of our newest shows is our next guest. They occupy the 9 to noon time slot on myTalk. Give it up for Donna and Steve.
Hi.
Hi.
Yay, us.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
It's very odd interviewing friends.
This is
right?
great.
It's really weird.
And it's so rare that we ever get interviewed.
I
So
know.
this
That is
is
true.
exciting for
But
us.
it's good to see you because I never see you.
No, we don't. You're never in the building.
Never in the building.
Yeah.
Just
so-
look at my mailbox.
But
It
you know
shows it.
what? I mean, even if you were if you were broadcasting in the same building, it's just so fast. We have 4 minutes between shows.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, could you please leave? I need to log onto that computer.
Right.
Or
So-
if you're Lori and Julia, you need to just disinfect.
That's
and
exactly
remove
right.
Bradley's eggs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's really nice when we get these opportunities to actually be in the same space, look at each other, talk to each other.
Yeah.
So happy to
I'm
be
looking
here.
at you.
Hi.
Yeah.
Don, I want to start with you. We have 2 great segments with you with each show. And I want to start with you because as great as Steve is, it did not begin this way. Your
No.
career at myTalk, when you were birthed, it
That's
did not
right.
include Steve and his hair.
It didn't. It was triplets.
Yes.
It was me and 2 other ladies,
Marley and Tam.
Marley and Tam.
And the word icon is thrown around a lot, but you are and were, when you came to our family, a Twin Cities radio icon.
Really?
We were thrilled. Yeah,
I should have asked for
Donna,
more money.
You should have.
I didn't know.
Yeah. But you came and everyone was like, ooh, we got Donna Valentine. Like, we may
Oh,
be
I didn't know
we may
that.
be. Yeah.
She didn't know that.
Oh,
She
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know that.
Wow.
Oh, no. When we thought we could get you, we were like, oh, we may be legit. I mean,
Oh,
we got
thank
Donna
you.
Valentine. But you came from music radio.
I sure did.
And I happen to know this. You had a transitional period that was a little rough. You weren't used to being able to talk about a topic
No.
4 minutes.
No.
Talk to
So
us.
I worked at the country station. I worked at K102 for 20 years. Prior to that, I worked at 10 other music radio stations. So 10.
Wow.
Oops. I probably wasn't supposed to say that.
It's
Sorry,
okay,
Rocco.
it's already out there.
Anyway, in music radio, you talk over the intro of a song, right? So there's 14 seconds before the song lyrics start. That was the extent of my talking, other than doing a morning show where you got to talk for 2 minutes. So I would quickly wrap everything up and try to move from topic to topic, and they'd be like, we've only been talking about this for 3 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
Because we were always told, less is more. Well, in talk radio, more is more. So you had to learn how to be a better conversationalist. So it took me a good 2 years. I would have butterflies. Literally, I mean, I'm not kidding. I felt like I needed anxiety medication because I was so scared every day that I went on the air.
For the first 2 years, you felt
Yes.
that?
Yep. Maybe a little under 2 years, but that's what it took.
And you had two good ladies with
I
you.
sure did.
You had Marley McMillan, who was our executive producer for a while.
Right.
You took her.
Love Marley.
Damn you.
Yes.
You
sorry.
took Marley. And then we have to talk about the late, great Tam.
Tammy Rash, who she was, first of all, very funny. Very funny, very beautiful, very fun to work with.
Yeah.
She was so dang funny, and I'm sure we're going to hear some clips that include Tam, so you can get the gist of her personality. But Tam, she would get something in her head, like, I'm going to learn how to play the piano, and then talk about it like, I'm taking piano lessons. Oh, really? When did they start? What's your piano teacher's name? And she could never come up with anybody. Another day, she was going to start her own business. And she started going into the office supplies, and she would grab a folder and walk around the office for weeks just with the folder, saying, well, this is where it's all going to begin, with this folder. Just like the dumbest, cutest, funniest things. I just adored her.
And it's hard. It's weird to talk about her in the past tense still.
It is.
And it was unusual for us as a family because, as you heard Dan and Will 50 times throughout the 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I could get choked up
I know.
just thinking about
we
it.
really
right
are
now.
family. We drive each other crazy like family. So when we had that loss, we're like, wait a minute, we shouldn't be dealing with this. But,
Right.
As Donna said, we have 2 Montuges for Donna. We have one with her years with Marley and Tam, and that's where we're going to start. Here's the Donna, Marley, and Tam.
Welcome to Donna, Marley, and Tam. Donna Valentine, a radio veteran, is new to myTalk 1071. You myTalk listeners should feel free to help her understand our ways. Pepper her with crazy. Call in and let your freak flag fly. Marley and Tam are already doing their part.
I want to dress as Mary Poppins when I'm an Uber driver. I'll be a rapping Mary Poppins.
Would you really dress in the outfit?
Yeah, that's what I want to do. And then I'm going to put like barbed wire behind my seat because I am afraid I'll get killed. Or Home Depot and get some.
Oh, Tam,
What?
Tam
Smart.
slam on the brakes and her passenger his face gets all mangled in the bar.
He should have been wearing a seatbelt.
No, I'm going to buy a basketball. It's my daily intention.
So you're going to like just go over, get a basketball,
I like
and then
to shoot
just
hoops.
Okay,
I'm
and
going to
then
bring the dog to the park, and while he's running, I'm going to do some layups.
What inspired
so
this?
funny.
No,
I
it's
don't
cool.
know. Because whenever I take the dog to the park for a run, I see the basketball court, and I always pretend that I'm shooting, and I'm like, why don't I just get a basketball and do this?
You're just walking around with no basketball, just kind of putting your arms up.
And listen, this is a supportive environment. This is a
No,
safe
it is
place.
not.
That's what we say that it
It's the
is.
most supportive environment in which I've ever worked.
She's asking me if I really thought Gary was named Gerald.
Harry is Harold.
All right. Well, I might have just gotten fired.
I had to tell you that I got a text when we went to break that just said, "What are you guys on?" Like, we're on fun.
We're on fun. That's right. We mentioned Tam. Marley will mention too when we talk about the morning show. But the biggest, the Bigelow, the Marley Bigelow McMillan, she's a trip. She's a trip.
She's a trip, and she's in New York City now.
Yeah.
She lives in New York. She's got a legitimate job, not this, pretend job.
Yes.
So it's very exciting. I was just texting with her yesterday.
I also thought that was wild. You talk about the family and when there are changes, and it's like you sort of have to process it. When she announced that she was leaving, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to a New York radio station or something like that.
Right.
She was just like, I had my fun here. It was great, and now something totally
I'm
new.
moving to Nashville and going back to school.
Yeah.
And she did it.
And you can't ever blame someone for going there Fleetwood Macking it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Going their own. Was there a moment for you, Donna? You said you had about 2 years where you were uneasy. Not that there was a seminal moment. You're like, oh, this segment and this day. Was there a period where you started to kind of ease into myTalk and the fact that you could talk about that
This
guy next to you?
Oh, Donna.
Yeah, he made everything so much easier.
Oh.
Yeah, I
that's
know.
really
You're
nice.
my baby.
It's because
boo.
it's because I talk a lot, right? That's it.
Well, you
I
talk
fill
a lot.
The time.
And we're very different.
So different.
We're leading very different lives, so it just kind of, there's something about it that works and made it easier for me.
I'd say we're inquisitive every day about each other. Like, we have very different takes on a variety of different topics, no matter how silly or serious they might be. And just any little thing comes up, and usually one of us, like a golden retriever, at one point turns our head like, really? That's how you think about that? Tell me more about that.
Did you know it right away with Steve?
No. No, I didn't.
Did he
but
scare you at first?
A little bit. A little bit.
Were you disappointed when they announced it?
I wasn't disappointed. I was surprised. I'm like, my thing is I'm a very structured person for the most part.
Steve, I mean, the type A of her. Every day she does not know if we have a show or not. She's, I don't know. Is this going to be?
I don't know. It's not enough. We don't have enough.
Elizabeth Reese has once said she's filled in on every show at some point and worked on a show, and she said there has never been a grid, a show outline more filled out than Donna's.
Yeah.
Yet every time she's like, can we do it?
Can I give you a compliment wrapped in an observation from like my ultimate control group, which is my husband, Colin? I always say,
Sure.
Colin,
we love Colin.
Colin is like a one-person myTalk research firm because he listens all day. He listens
Oh my
to
gosh, where
every
is he?
show. He is.
here right now?
I don't. He's at the lake house, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
We had 2 weeks together. Bye.
All right,
Yeah.
that's
No.
fine.
Yeah.
Got it.
More on that later. But he always says, thank you, Grant. He always says, you know what the funniest part about Donna and Steve is? And I said, what? He goes, you can always tell when Steve diverts Donna from her structure because there's a change in Donna's voice and Donna just gets a little like verbally twitchy.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I start going, okay, all right, nobody cares.
Listen,
you know what's more boring than what you're saying? Nothing.
See, and if Colin hears it, if listeners hear it, you know, whether I'm at home or in the studio, I see it. I see it in her eyes when I've taken her off track. And for me, that's a very proud moment for me. And then I want to stay in that lane.
Chaos.
By the way,
it's chaos.
we're having a new intro made for every time we talk about Colin, or maybe Colin calls in.
Okay, we're having
Rocco, can you make that for us? Rocco,
We've been getting along. We've been getting along.
Don't poke the bear.
Don't poke the bear.
yet.
Okay, you're right.
You don't need another
right.
open for about a year.
Yeah, we're good. We're all good.
No, but and so Steve was the one that made you feel comfortable, really got you in your groove. When you think of looking out here, and we have more with you in the next segment, but when you think of the My Talkers, you heard Jenny and Dan talk about what the listeners mean to them. What do the listeners mean to you two?
Oh gosh, everything. I feel like our show, our whole radio station for that matter, I feel like it's a club. Yeah. You know, like everybody's in on the joke. People are always welcome to call.
You're up. Boy, that hits different here.
It's just, I feel like we're all just, you know, in the same class, you know, like high school class, and we're all like kvetching, or we're at camp together.
Well, and I'll say this. I bet, Jason, you probably experienced this on the TV show. And when I was with Twin Cities Live, before I came to radio, I would experience something similar, which is with My Talkers, you really feel a connection with them, and they really feel it with you. So when they see you, it's not just like, oh, I think I've heard you before, but they're asking about your dog or your kid or a trip or something like that.
It's way more personal.
It is, and I've always thought just it is really genuinely humbling that we get to be part of the rhythm of somebody's day. I think it's just so special. It's such a special opportunity. So the fact that My Talkers are so committed, you lean in when you listen, whether you agree, disagree, find it funny or not, it's just you're always in the room with us. And so it will be said a gazillion times, without you, we wouldn't be here.
Absolutely. We have more with Donna and Steve, including, since we heard a lot from Donna this segment, I have some specific Steve questions, including the moment that Steve was probably scared the most of My Talk, his very first project.
Do we have to do this?
His very first project, Down and Dirty. Thank you, Grant. You know what moment I'm talking about. When Steve was questioning why he decided to join our station. More from the 20th anniversary of My Talk when we come back. Back in a moment.
Happy birthday! What viral reality celebrity was in a Minneapolis detox facility when Colleen and Bradley drove by with a gift of bacon for her? Was it A, Octomom, B, Tan Mom, or C, Teen Mom Farrah Abraham? We'll have the answer when we return on My Talk 107.1.
What up, My Talkers? It's Jace. Now you can get a strong cash offer. Sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer with Chris Lindahl Real Estate. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning. No. Sell your home with Chris. Go to chrislindahl.com, fill out that quick form, and receive an all-cash offer on your house today. No obligation, and the guaranteed offer allows you to bypass like 694. Bypass the market and sell your house hassle-free. No showings, no open houses, no stress, and no shrimp plates. Just choose when you want to move, and you will close with confidence. The Wall Street Journal, listen to this, named Chris Lindahl Real Estate the #1 real estate team in Minnesota and Wisconsin for closed transactions. That's right. Seriously. The Chris Lindahl Real Estate Guaranteed Offer keeps you in control. It's that simple. Go to chrislindahl.com. That's Chris with a K. Or call 763-401-SOLD.
Certain restrictions apply.
When you're in pain, you need personalized care from experts you can trust. Summit Orthopedics offers a full range of treatment options for bones, joints, and muscles. With no referrals needed, you can begin and complete your journey at over 10 metro locations. Start at Summit. Get deals, discounts, coupons, auctions, and sweepstakes delivered to your inbox. You'll be among the first notified of these special offers from some great local businesses. Visit mytalk1071.com and enter keyword eDeals to sign up.
Hi, it's Dawn McLean for Livia Weight Control Centers. I lost 30 pounds on their program, and I have kept it off. I feel so much better, and I want you to feel better, too. They've been around for 13 years helping people lose weight and change their lives for the good. They have a simple start plan for just $59. You can do it online or in person, whichever is most convenient. Call 855-GO-LIVIA. And you can also go to livia.com. That's LIVEA.com. It's Dawn McLean for Livia.
Thank you, Grant. You're doing a great job. I appreciate it.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now. What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending Uma and their all-in-one phone, video, and collaboration solution.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Uma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Uma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Happy birthday! In June of 2013, Tan Mom kind of bottomed out at the MSP airport, and her radio friends, Colleen and Bradley, did their best to help.
You're so cool. Are you guys married, or you're just really cool?
Oh, trust
We're
me,
just really
absolutely
cool.
not married.
He's, I'm not his type.
That is so fun.
Okay, enough with the Z-list. Here's an A-lister of the World Visitor Rewards Program, Jason Matheson.
And welcome back. It is the 20th birthday bash for myTalk 1071. We are live here at Lush. Again, thanks to our family at Chanhassen Dinner Theater for helping us put this together. And we can never say enough thanks to our engineering staff who get here hours and hours before we get here to make sure that we look and sound good. We're spending some time with Donna and Steve, who you guys hear every day, 9 to noon. We heard a lot from Donna Valentine in the last segment. It's time to put the spotlight on one Steve Patterson.
All right, I'm ready.
Steve, let's talk about a moment that sticks in my mind with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that was your very first project, Down and Dirty. And
Yes.
that was a comedy.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember too. And it's safe to say that, you know, you and I have a little bit in common. But, I mean, we have some things in common, but not a ton. And that was laid bare when we recreated a game that we played as myTalk hosts about 9 years prior, where we were talking about who has the scariest story, who has the most outrageous story. Now that dinner is now legendary. It changed the station.
It changed people.
It changed people because Ian and Marjorie and Lori and Julia, myself, Colleen, no one really got along, but we got drunk at the fair and exchanged who had the most outrageous story, and it went down to Lori, and it went down to me. Lori told her story. Alexis looked at me because Alexis knew my story. I proceeded to tell my story, which would be illegal to tell on the radio. And I'll just say it has to do with experience, Boone's Farm, a hotel called the Mayfair, and an unfortunate postscript. Yeah.
That's one way of putting it.
And I told Steve that story, and I've never seen you more uncomfortable.
You know, I was hearing about the story in very generic terms. Like, this is a big story, this is a big story. And obviously, we can't tell it. This is just the great mystery. You have to, you know, sort of keep it behind
Find me drunk
the
in a bar and I'll tell you. Yeah.
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 But all I can tell you is when we went down this windy road, and then you get to the climax of the story, so to speak. Trust me, it's may have been the wrong word, actually.
Not the right word.
It I wouldn't have guessed. If you said, so how do you think this is going to end? Even a sentence before you revealed it, if you would have said, give me some guesses, I'll give you 20 guesses, I wouldn't have gotten close to what happened. And it left me with a really troubling visual that I just fully remember. And I was just going through my phone. I told Jason this during the break. I was going through old photos, and then there was a Project Down and Dirty. Somebody took a photo of Jason telling this to me, and I'm right next to him.
Oh, that's right.
And then there's a point where I'm just going,
that's
because
right.
I couldn't
the look on your
believe
face.
what he said, and that it was, and it's real, right?
Oh, it's verified. It's part of my high school 5. All the girls that were there verified. Yeah. Oh, I'm actually probably forgetting elements of it as the years go on. It happened in '91.
Thank God.
But I not only brought that story up to give a good laugh, but that was one of your first moments with myTalk. I've been playing first impressions with everyone. You had done television. You had worked at KSTP. Your first impression of doing radio with myTalk with this one. With Donna Valentine.
Well, let me just go back a little bit before that.
Yeah.
Was the first time that I was actually ever on myTalk was filling in on the Jason and Alexis show. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. And they knew that I had come from entertainment television and doing red carpet stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a radio station like this in the building. And so I was able to start doing that. And the first day that I did that, I was just over the moon with how much fun I had. And I thought, are they real? Is this happening every day, all day long? And then as time went on, I would get to fill in on the morning show. And then I started trying to fill in on other shows. Like anyone, I was just like, hey, I'll happily help out if I can do it. Then I tried talking my way on to Donna, Marley, and Tam, and we started doing Steve O'Clock and stuff like that. And then, oddly, there was actually a time when there were some things that were happening, and then Amy Daniels, hopefully she doesn't mind me telling this now, there were some things happening on the TV side, and we were like, what are we going to do there? What's going to happen? And she said, somebody might be leaving Donna's show, and there could be an opening. And then
Donna had no idea.
Donna didn't know at this point. But then it was so exciting
The
because
hosts never do.
they said that they would consider me, and then I was, over the moon when they offered me the position. And I said this, I forget where we were last week when we said this, or earlier this week. But I just have such a genuinely great time doing the show with Donna. And it's so wonderful that we are so different from each other because that provides a lot of natural content. But she could have been like, no, I don't want this hair boy, leave him at TV or whatever. But I loved it so much that when I made a decision, television or radio, I came to radio. And I laugh so much with Donna every single day.
And we're getting ready to laugh because here is another montage, the best of Donna and Steve.
He could be like in an old-timey movie. It almost feels like he'd be like, stick 'em up, yeah? You know what I mean? Nailed it.
Stick 'em up, yeah. Nobody in the olden era even said, yeah.
Cookie Puss, what a psycho, though.
Oh my gosh, I'm not realizing those bug eyes. He's for sure got crime in his past.
I want ice cream.
Cookies
really
and
bad.
crime.
Oh my gosh. All right, you two, just. I don't even know what they're laughing at, everybody.
The annual tradition of reading through comments/insults that Steve has said to her.
If I had to describe you in 2 words, I'd say wet burlap. August 24th. If I had to describe you in just 1 word, it would be hard and it would be hyphened. I'd say wartime broth.
I don't want you to feel like I do.
I don't know what's happening.
I love my
I'm
Vin
sorry.
Diesel. I think my Vin Diesel is pretty good. Hey, Kelly, it's me, Vin Diesel. So anyway,
Steve,
I've decided to use my talents in a different way.
you actually sound.
You gotta get it together. Come on.
I'm going to put a disclaimer at the start of the show.
What do you mean a disclaimer? That's a good Vin Diesel. It's pretty good.
Hey, and don't forget to check out Listener Remore. Hi. Yeah, maybe we should go.
Listener
I'm going to take off. I'm going to take
Listener remorse.
Like listening to the show.
There's the best of Donna and Steve.
That's 5 years and 30 seconds.
You each get about 30 seconds. Steve, what do you want to say as we look forward and we look back?
Obviously, it will sound repetitive and cliche, but just such a huge thank you to all of you, because if you cash out on our show, we don't get to do this. So just be aware that we're so mindful of the really cool opportunity that we have, and a huge thanks to Dan and Amy for being willing to give me a shot in radio where I had no experience before.
And maybe someday Elizabeth Reese will speak to me again.
Maybe.
I don't know. I have no idea.
And as appropriate, Donna should have the last word this hour. What do you want to say?
Same thing. Just thank you, everybody, because without your support, without you, your encouragement, I don't know that we would even have a show. So thank you for taking part every day, and thank you to the myTalk staff. Thank you to all of you guys, and thank you for your generosity over the years.
And have you learned that dinosaur finally? Have you learned that?
Say it,
Triceratops.
There it is.
Triceratops.
Yeah. Thank you.
You did it.
In the break, I go, Steve, Donna, is there anything that you want me to make fun of? And Steve goes, Donna doesn't know a very famous dinosaur. I said, perfect.
Can I just say this?
I don't know. We may be out of time.
We're out of time.
I think we're out of time.
Dang.
We have more from the 20th anniversary, including Colleen and Bradley when we come back. Back after this.
Chip shortage making new vehicles hard to find. Where should I go look? I said Valley Buick GMC, of course. Well, she didn't. She finds a car she barely likes with a several $1,000 surcharge added to the sticker. When she questions it, the sales guy says,
well, the pandemic, the shortages, you're lucky to find one. And we're looking to, take advantage of the situation. After all, seller's market. Take it or leave it.
like, get out of line, put your number back on the hook. Next.
I'm Jim Paul of the Valley Group. My staff's reputations are built on fair dealings and repeat sales. I can't ask them to do that dance. Once burned, customers don't come back. We'll walk you through the inventory dilemma while providing non-predatory pricing.
If you've been shopping elsewhere, visit Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley, Hastings, or valleycardealers.com. Experience the difference. It's no time for a tap dance.
If your legs could talk, what would they be saying right now?
I'm so swollen and tired right now. I can barely move.
Oh, why am I covered with these blue and red squiggly lines?
Ouch! I'm so achy and heavy.
If this is what your legs are saying, you need to call Minneapolis Vein Center. While other vein clinics have come and gone, Minneapolis Vein Center has been caring for patients with vein problems for over 20 years now. Their board-certified physicians have seen it all and know that no two sets of legs are alike. And they are, of course, familiar with all the latest minimally invasive procedures to get you back on your feet without all that leg pain. They'll work closely with your insurance
Grant,
provider
can you hear me?
every step of the way.
We are moving, I don't know if Amy told you, we're moving Colleen and Bradley up
I look great. No more bulging veins.
Pain-free.
to 4:30.
To schedule your free vein screening, go to mplsvein.com or use myTalk keyword
Got it.
vein.
Yeah, let me look at the email.
Hi, my talkers. Cassandra and Carla here, mother-daughter financial advisors with ClearStep Financial, and heard Sundays at 10.
Oh,
on the
two. Oh, they're just
Financial Health and
Montuses.
Wealth Show.
Okay.
Have you ever wondered
Got it.
how much do I need to retire comfortably? Am I saving enough? Do I have the right amount of
Got
life
it.
insurance to take care of my family? Are my investments in the right places? Will I have enough to be comfortable and secure
Oh, good.
in retirement? When should I start taking my Social Security? If you have these
I was
or other
timing it on
financial
my
questions,
phone.
then now is the time.
I was
to get them
guessing. I was
answered
like,
so
the
you
minute
have
we got out of that
financial peace
package,
of
I
mind.
pressed
We
the
do
timer.
complimentary consultations. Go to clearstepfinancial.com to request your
Yeah.
complimentary consultation today. Or call 651-600-0855. Set up your consultation today and make 2022 your year of financial peace of mind.
Listen to financial advisors Carla and Cassandra Sundays at 10 on the Financial Health and Wealth Show, or podcast it on the myTalk app or website. Security and advisory services offered through Harbor Investments Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hey, it's Jace for AAA Movers, and it's moving season, and that means it's the season to call the moving professionals at AAA Movers. You know the story. I've used them 4 times. Dawn has used them twice. My buddy Lisa Lacourcier has used them. And hundreds of my talkers have used AAA Movers, so now it's your turn. There are so many reasons that you should make AAA Movers your moving company. First, it's one-stop shopping. They have a decluttering program. They can help you with storage, and they can help you with moving boxes, because listen to this. If you mention me or myTalk, you're going to get a free moving box kit. How great is that? And your move with AAA Movers is triple guaranteed. guarantee. That's right, price guarantee, safety guarantee, and satisfaction guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Call right now so the appointment you want is there for you. AAAmovers.com or call 612-588-MOVE. 612-588-MOVE. AAAmovers.com. You don't move every day, but they do.
I need to be honest with you about something.
myTalk 1071 is KTMY FM, HD1, Coon Rapids, St. Paul,
Here we go, everyone.
Happy birthday! Yay! It's our 20th birthday! We're having a party! Actually, this station was born June 10th, 2002, and we were given the name FM 107. It sounded a little something like this.
Jane asked her doctor about FM 107. Now, she's getting FM 107 all the time. Real life conversation, only on 107.1.
20 years later, we've become a Marconi Award-winning station known as myTalk 1071.
Actually, I'd like that better.
To celebrate, we gave Lori and Julia, the two gals who have been here since day one, the day off. The bar is open, ladies. And here to host our 3-hour birthday bash broadcast.
And good afternoon and welcome to the second hour of the myTalk Birthday Bash. 20 years of myTalk 1071. We are live from Lush in Northeast Minneapolis. I'm Jace with my myTalk family and a huge room full of the best myTalkers, man. Sincerely, we wouldn't be here without them. Our celebration continues with your friends from noon to 3, or as Lori and Julia call them, our lead-in. Give it up for Colleen and Bradley.
Yes. The warm-up act.
The warm-up act.
Yeah.
Yes, we're the warm-up act.
Yeah.
I said it to Donna.
We replaced a previous warm-up act, I think.
You
for them.
replaced us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were the warm-up
Yeah.
act.
Yeah.
I said this to Donna and Steve, and I'll say it to you two. It's very weird interviewing friends. You know what I mean? It's like, this is weird.
Well, you should know what to ask and what not to ask.
That's
true.
Jason.
The
So
most important
ask
is
wisely.
what not to ask.
Exactly.
That's, yeah. Well, I'm going to play first impressions with you first. I want to know, because I was friends independently with both of you, and I was thinking about this as I was prepping for the show. I honestly wanted to know, so I think kind of as a conduit to the listeners, they would be interested. What were your first impressions of each other? Because it wasn't like this was focus grouped and it's like, well, should we put Colleen and Bradley together? It just kind of happened. First impression, ladies first.
I want Bradley to go first.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I'll go first.
No, go first.
Okay. Okay, so you might have to help my memory, which is funny because usually I'm the one that's helping your memory.
True.
But B. Arthur called us in
Yeah.
to the principal's office, and we were like, okay. And she was like, I want you guys to meet each other. Did we know that it was because we were going to do a show together?
I think because I think she warmed us up and said, I think I know somebody that you should work with. Because we, again, had the pleasure of, working and filling in with I think everyone on the station up to this point, and had not worked with each other.
Yeah, you started filling in on our show.
Yes,
because
exactly.
we were friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a friend of ours, a mutual friend named Wanda Wisdom.
Oh, that's right. Wanda Wisdom. That's right.
We learned
Who's
earlier
currently
today.
taking a nap.
She's been napping for a while. So we went into the principal's office and we sat down and, kind of did the intro. It was not, it really did not take long before I think we realized we were kind of cut from the same cloth.
No, we literally had the same thoughts about the same things. It was creepy.
Yeah.
That was my first impression, was how much...
Creepy. That was his first impression.
And it's still here 10 years later.
Weird.
No, that we would finish each other's sentences. We had the same interests. Honestly, we had the same interests growing up in terms of TV and pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just made no sense, or it made perfect
It
sense.
made
It made no sense.
So much sense. No, but yeah, I think we were very fast friends.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And we also
Watching,
we
it was.
carpooled to work, which was also, did
Yep,
you know that?
people
I did not know that.
I don't think people
for
know that.
years.
Many
for
years.
because I took the bus. I think up to that point had been probably about 5 or 6 years. I took the bus every day, and I was like, I'm just going to keep taking the bus.
But I was like, I can drive by your house on the way to work. Why don't I
we
just
live in the
pick
same
you up?
similar neighborhood,
Yeah.
close to each other.
So I would like swing by, and he'd get in the car, and I'd be like, "Hi, good morning. What do you want to do today? How's it going? Is everything good? What did you do
show
last
prep.
night? What are you going to do later? What time is it? What do you think? What are you eating?" Like, and he'd be like,
she would also do that when we left.
and then we'd get off the air, and I'd be like, "What are you going to go do now? What did you
She
think
would
of the
not
show?
stop
What's
talking.
happening?"
I'm not kidding you. So after the show,
That's
this
a
tells
lot,
you.
Colleen.
So
What? You've met me.
we could complete each other's sentences, but from noon to 3, we're doing the thing. At 3 o'clock, I shut down.
He does.
Don't talk to me.
He does.
Like, I'm done. I need time. I need space. I just am like a zombie mumbling. Anyway, long story short, so I'd be in the car with her, and she would just literally run on sentence from the moment we got into the car. And I was like, I don't know how this woman keeps talking this long.
Yeah.
She absolutely. But
And then I
that's
get
her
home,
way-
and I'm like, nobody talk to me.
Yeah. Because you guys started, again, so people may not know that, and they also may not remember if they're newer My Talkers. Y'all started, your show was birthed in the weekends.
Right. So we started, I think, in August, doing a little show called The Weekend Dirt. And it was when you guys were doing Project Down and Dirty.
The first one.
The first one. And we just showed up and did our thing and filled in on the weekday shows.
Yeah, it was 9 to 11, did fill-in work otherwise. And I remember we did we hosted the reunion show for the first Project Down and Dirty for you guys. And I remember we were back at the studio asking questions remotely. I don't know how that all worked, but
I don't
that
remember
magic.
That was the magic of radio.
Well, you said fast friends, a compliment rolled in a fun fact. And it was, and I meant to tell it to Steve too. I don't think I've ever said this. I knew instantly when you started filling in on our show. I said to myself, he's going to get his own show, and I felt the exact same way with Steve. I was on vacation, and I was seeing tweets about Steve, and I was like, he's going to get his own show. He's that good, and I felt the same way about the both. Well,
Thank you.
I said it. We've had many conversations, and I kept telling Colleen, You're gonna get just hang in,
around,
girl. Stick around,
lady.
girl. You're gonna get a show.
I think it's a testament too to the fact that like we work so well together, but B, because it's our passion. It's what I mean, and the same is true for you.
Yeah.
If you're talking about and doing what you love every day, hopefully the opportunity will show up if you seize it.
Well, and you do show up.
Get
Oh,
a
there's a
kick
lot.
in there. Woo!
Bradley's dancing here at
Yes.
Lush. Well, that passion shows up every day in a variety of ways, including hilarious moments. So many moments that Rocco has not put together one montage for you. We have 2 Cobra montouges. Here's the best of Colleen and Bradley.
Gosh.
Ryan Gosling,
has
he
done
saved,
it multiple times.
I mean, he is like Superman.
I'm pretty sure he's like stopped the Armageddon on more than one occasion.
Totally. He can stop my Armageddon any day. What?
He's gonna stop your Armageddon too close to his business.
He's like, Armageddon out of here. Chris Pratt leads with what? It's an F
Faith.
word. His faith. Some religions do not look favorably upon the big D. Divorce.
Oh God! I was gonna say, actually, welcome to the cause of most of my angst as a teenager.
Sorry, not that. Okay.
You can categorize this under great moments in Bradley belching history.
Oh, fun.
It actually happened during one of our commercial breaks.
Yeah.
Hey, my talkers, it's Donna Valentine for My Talk.
Oh my gosh, spaghetti. Have you never had spaghetti pie?
No, how do you have spaghetti?
Baked. Like, so they make the
bake
spaghetti limp and then they put it like in a cake pan.
Sell it.
They make the spaghetti limp. So basically what they do is they have Mama June show up in the room, take her top off, the spaghetti goes limp, they dump it in a pie, and then what? Take me to the next step of this.
Okay, they put the cooked spaghetti into a pie pan, they mix it up with other kind of congealing properties.
Tell us more.
Wow.
Bake it.
I hope that Olive Garden hires you.
Who is it, you guys? Barry Williams from the Brady Bunch.
I was born to winter, and then winter turns to spring.
Wow.
It's not just the seasons, it goes for everything. It's even I don't know that verse.
and it just might snow. You gotta take a lesson from Mother Nature, and if you do, you'll know when it's time to change, then it's time to change.
The best of Colleen and Bradley, part 1. You're known for a lot of things. You're known. The show is known. Each show has, defining
Our
properties.
signature idiosyncrasies.
One of them, whether you want it to or not, is Bradley's belching.
Oh my God!
It's gotten better. You have to admit, it's gotten much better.
I have to.
Every memory, throughout this week, people have been coming on. I'm like, everyone mentions the first thing isn't because you're one of the. I legit love you. You're nice, you're kind, you're funny, creative. But one of the first things that is out of everybody's mouth, from Lori, Julia, Brittany, everybody, even people, is what comes out of your mouth is belching. And the fact that you used to eat a lot in the studio.
Oh, God. It would drive Lori and Julia nuts.
Jason.
Oh, he still does it.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Throughout the day. I'm like, we're having oatmeal now.
I bring my lunch every day. I prepare my own food.
And enough snacks.
It's true.
For the rest of the office.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have to ask about another famous thing, Tan Mom.
You just said
that's right.
Another famous thing.
Famous. I wasn't calling her a thing. I was saying another famous element of your show in the history.
Yeah.
Your relationship. Should I call it a love affair?
For sure.
I don't know if you know.
No, I don't.
That the friendship truly was all here. One
Meaning
night,
Bradley.
okay, let me tell my side of this.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting at home watching television with my husband, and my phone rings and it's Bradley. And I'm like, okay, this is either he's sick and he's telling me right now, I don't know. I answer the phone, he's like, you will not guess who I just spent 45 minutes on the phone with at my house. And I was like, try me. He's like, Tan Mom. I'm like, no. That did happen, 100%.
It was an awkward period in her career where she was struggling with her manager, Gina Rodriguez.
This is actually
Are you saying career?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We took her seriously, Jason.
I know. I'm sorry, Bradley.
We were the
I
only
apologize.
ones. Us and Howard Stern.
Yes.
Thank you.
Exactly. And she was having a rough go with her manager and needed someone to let loose on.
So,
And
she called the person whose show she'd been on once?
I don't even know. She must have been on our show at that point.
Yeah.
But it was the weirdest conversation because we had this 45-minute conversation more than once on her couch. She's telling me about how her manager is basically trying to do her dirty and all this stuff, and she needs new. And I was like, does she think I'm gonna help with this at all? Because I don't know anybody.
Okay, but real quick, favorite part is he says to me, he goes, hey, you know what? She lives in Nutley, New Jersey, and her house is 7 stories. And I go, Bradley, nobody has a 7-story house. He's like, she said it was 7 stories. Yeah. It's Tan Mom.
It's Tan Mom.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Take
friends
it with
to
a grain
this
of
day?
salt.
No, but occasionally, I'm trying to remember the last time we interacted. It was this weird, occasional Instagram. She would show up on Instagram or on Twitter and just reply to something really quickly. But to give you a sense of how one way the conversations would go, we had these in-depth conversations. And then when she was on our show, she literally at one point was like, "Oh, I love you guys. Are you two married? Are you two married? I just love you. You're so funny." I'm like, okay, we've talked enough for you to know that I am not married to Colleen.
Yeah.
And that's not even a part
Or
of
any
That's
woman.
not a possibility.
No, it's not in your wiring. Yeah.
So I think it was very one way.
Well, so we've talked about several things you've been known for. Each show has a controversy. Lori and Julia has Donna Millsgate. The biggest controversy with Cobra, Stink Bomb Gate. When the 20th anniversary special continues right after this.
As we go to break, here's a little myTalk trivia question for you. What fast food restaurant sign did a listener once pull out of a dumpster and bring in to give to Donna Valentine? A, Boston Market, B, Culver's, or C, Sonic? We'll have the answer when we return on myTalk 107.1.
Hey everybody. Hey everybody.
Hello. It's Julia, Lori and Julia for
Chris Lindahl Real Estate.
Oh.
The guaranteed offer from Chris Lindahl Real Estate is the strongest cash offer in the industry.
Okay.
And we make selling your home hassle-free. Go to chrislindahl.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home. Certain
Hey,
restrictions
Grant,
apply.
that was my fault, man. Here, they're ready.
Like a superhighway. It is called internet.
Make mytalk1071.com your next stop on the superhighway.
Because the internet is full of neat stuff.
Yes, like a way to listen to My Talk shows live and on demand. Half-price deals, auctions, and rewards. Links and highlights from your favorite shows. And so much more.
Hey everybody, it's Lori and Julia here for First Equity Mortgage. Oh,
Hey, it's Steve for Hair Restoration Institute. You know, Hair Restoration Institute has a simple mission: improve lives and restore confidence
Lori,
through
Julia,
thick,
look at
healthy
me
hair.
too, I'll
Look,
keep
we've
you.
all had a bad hair
I
day.
can
But
hear
if you're
too.
having a thinning hair day or dealing with hair loss, go to myhairlossclinic.com and get your confidence back.
woo! It's Lori and Julia from First Equity
Good morning. Here's David. I'm walking over for people who are here. David, raise your hand. This is our man who will help you with your mortgage and your refinancing and everything else.
Everything else in between, and we are so happy and proud. And David said, just tell everyone how fabulous we are. But I'm like, no, we're going to talk about you. This is your time. First Equity Mortgage is such a great mortgage partner. You're going to love working with them. Call them at 763-251-8000. There's so many different things that they can help you out with, but really they want to be your partner and help you guide you through your biggest financial purchase of your life. And they are amazing. They treat My Talkers like family, everyone else too, but we are family. Keyword David at myTalk. That's First Equity Mortgage.
Thank you, David. Woo.
Wake up and text.
Which I didn't know I was hosting.
Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop.
Wait.
Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Yeah, it's my legs.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
About 5 years ago, a listener heard Donna Valentine say her favorite restaurant was Boston Market, and then take a bunch of crap for it.
Sounds about right.
So he pulled some signage out of a defunct Boston Market's dumpster and brought it into the station. Later, Donna auctioned it off and gave the money to charity. Way to go, D-Val! Now back to the birthday bash. Here's Jason Matheson.
Welcome back. It is the 20th birthday bash live at Lush in North. We're here with your friends from noon to 3, Colleen and Bradley. Hi. Now, every show, as I said, known for some key elements, some key species. There's we've gone through a couple of them, but the main controversy for your show, no matter how long you're on the air, and I wish you many years, you've just celebrated 10, congratulations.
Thank you.
A decade.
Thank you.
But I think you will be defined by your antics during Stink Bomb Gate. Now, for people that don't know what Stink Bomb Gate is, Colleen, would you like to tell folks what you did?
We set off a stink bomb in the office.
We'll be right back. No.
Yeah, that's what we thought too, but
Yeah.
then we thought maybe not.
Yeah.
And then we won't be right back.
Right.
Why
what
did
was
you
going through your head?
Yeah.
I'll help you with that
Yeah,
one.
thank you.
Well, okay, so it really starts with an episode of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo where she had these things called fart bags. And so Bradley,
Obviously.
because Bradley and I are weird like this, immediately went to Amazon and he was like, I'm going to order some of these. Got a case of what, 75?
No, I bought a case. I think it was like hundreds, honestly.
It was a lot. It was a lot of fart bags. He's like, these will be great. These are funny.
Doesn't that sound cute? Fart bag?
bags.
Fart bag.
It does,
Okay,
actually, yeah.
so as
Bags.
I said earlier, we used to carpool to work, and we were driving on the way to work. It was, and this is also typifies the Colleen and Bradley show, it is actually April Fool's Day. And we're driving into work, and he goes, we should play a prank. And I was like, yeah, we should. We have not planned anything. So we come up with this idea. He's like, oh, I've got these fart bags. Why don't we, and we go through everybody, like, who can we play this trick on? And we knew Lori and Julia were not going to be good candidates
Well, that was our
for
first.
that.
That was our first choice. I was like, we
Yeah.
need to do Lori and Julie. We need to set off a stink bomb in Lori and Julie. Won't that be hilarious? Thank God.
We played that tape all the way through.
Thank God we played that tape all the way
But
through.
just that one.
Why did you think, Bradley, in any time that would be a good idea?
Because I don't
Bradley.
know. I had not been on the radio long enough to understand reality, apparently.
Yeah.
But we did. We played that tape all the way through.
Okay.
So then we decided, we'll do it to Marjorie and Elizabeth. And we'll go in there and we'll offer Marjorie and Elizabeth a cup of coffee. And then Bradley's like, then I'm going to drop it and I'm going to stomp on it and then we got to go. So like he does the thing and I'm like, I'm like, okay, it's really, I'm like, keep talking.
Are they in the studio?
Yes.
Yeah, they're in the studio.
It was
They
on
were
the
on
air.
before them, if you didn't know.
On
Yeah,
the
Marjorie
air.
and Elizabeth.
And Bradley's pulling me out of the room because this thing is going to pop any second.
You, like,
and he's like,
step
get
on it."
out. Get out. So we get out of the room, pop, and then you guys, I can't, there's no
Fart
smell.
bag. So if I told you fart bag, that sounds like it would smell like a fart. I don't know about your farts, but my farts don't waft down the building, up 2 floors, across the building,
For 12
out the doors.
For 12 or more hours. But the best part is when I said, should we do this, Bradley goes, it's called a fart bag. It'll just be like poof, and then it'll be gone.
Yeah, poof fart.
Could not be more wrong. We should have
It was
tested it
toxic
before.
dump.
Oh.
And it went on for hours into the executive offices.
Yes.
Yes.
And the Hubbard
They
family
had fans going.
Yeah. So then you get off the air, and then you legit got in trouble.
We're between. This has happened. We go down for lunch.
Oh, that's right.
And this was before our show, and I check my email, and there's an email from somebody. If you get an email from this person, it's not because she wants to catch up. And
She has no reason to talk to us
At
on
all.
any
Ever.
given day of the week
No.
unless there is business to be done.
so I'm like, oh gosh, and it says, "Come see me after your show."
Which in radio is
Never.
words you never
Ever
want
wanna
to
hear.
hear.
And I start sweating,
Oh.
and I start panicking.
Oh, she
and
was fully like a pool, just one sopping pool of sweat.
I
and
mean,
terror.
I am like 10 years down the road, like on the street. Like I can't get work. My children are, I'm like in a whole different place. And Bradley's like, this is why I love this man. He goes, we are going to go up there. If this is our last day on the air, this is going to be the best show
damn
we
show
ever
we've ever
do.
done.
And I was like, okay. So we get up there, and as the show is going on, Bradley's looking at me, and he's sweating. But
literally, like I am now probably,
Yeah.
but pitting out sweat
Oh.
Yeah.
down
But-
my shirt.
We do this thing in our relationship where when one is unraveling, the other one is like, I got you, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So he's like in a strong
If
place.
we're both unraveling, just run away.
Yeah, get away. But I'm literally like powering down. And Bradley's like,
No, and she's
not
running the
talking.
board at this point. So you cannot, this person cannot shut down and
No.
leave me. And I'm like,
No.
you can't- we
It's just
gotta-
the two of
We
you.
got to keep doing this.
I literally like a robot powering down. It was bad. Long story short, turns out that email came from B. Arthur from the account of this other person. They wanted to scare us.
Yeah.
They were going to keep it going the whole show, but
It
they
was an
couldn't
April's-
because I had powered down.
Yeah.
It was an April Fool's joke gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Again.
And then it went
Again.
wrong to us.
Yeah.
That's our friends right there.
And we're still here.
We're still here. Still providing the laughs. I told you so many laughs that Rocco didn't make one best of Montage for you. There are 2. Take a listen.
I have a new viral fitness challenge for you guys. I don't know how you say this. Pound 75 hard or number 75 hard.
What?
It's the number 75 hard challenge. It is a quote new internet trend that promises to transform
Just cut it
your
out.
life and your body. Get this, in just 10 weeks.
I think that's what the kids
Got it.
call a hashtag.
Okay. Oh, so is it hashtag?
I don't know how to. Maybe I don't know how to say this. Oh.
Pound 75 hard.
Hashtag 75.
For a young man of 18 or 19 years, the loss of his penis can be deeply traumatic.
I don't
and
care
I'm like,
what
yes.
age you are. If I'm 80 years old, I don't want to lose my thing.
Stuff?
No.
I'm just saying, so I want to give proper amazement to the fact that this is huge. We are wholeheartedly throwing all of our weight behind getting Joey Lawrence.
I'm here for that.
The role of Batman.
Now, remember Joey Lawrence most recently.
Colleen and Bradley, everyone. Oh.
Thank you.
Wow. We have about 30 seconds. What do you want to say?
You know what I have to say is we have to just give a shout out to Holly Roberts.
Love for Holly Roberts.
That's
she
right.
is the thing that
Mad
we were
props.
missing and we didn't know it. So
We love the Holly
we do
Roberts.
love Halls.
She's one of the staff members we're missing today. We love you, Holly. When we come back, they started it all. Ian and Marjorie are here when we come back. Back after this.
As we go to break, here's a little myTalk trivia question for you. What myTalker's significant other once accidentally ate some decorative bathroom soap, thinking it was candy? Was it A, Don's MC, B, Lori's husband Casey, or C, Colleen's husband Matt? We'll have the answer when we return on myTalk 107.1.
Hi, everybody. You know, it's so fun seeing all you guys today here, old friends from a long time back. Woo! And enjoying all of you. And we think about some of our advertising friends that have been with us here at myTalk for a long time, and they wouldn't be with us still without all of your support. And one of those is Furniture Manor. And Robin is going to be here a little later, but it is just, if you've never been to Furniture Manor, it really is.
It's a delight.
It's a wonderful furniture store that you don't find anywhere else in the Twin Cities. And they just have amazing, amazing furniture. All different, different people curate it. It's not just one look or feel.
Right.
Wonderful pricing, great design service that can help you out, at no extra charge.
Lots of inventory for any room in the house.
You're right. Stop by Furniture Manor, 2 miles north of 694 on County Road 81 in Osseo, and tell them the girls sent you.
On the Rocks ready-to-serve cocktails offer modern twists on the classic cocktails. Developed by award-winning mixologists, the On the Rocks cocktails combine premium spirits and natural ingredients. Wherever you are, On the Rocks cocktails give you the convenience of bar-quality cocktails created with brands you know and trust, like the Up and Cosmo, the Knob Creek Old Fashioned, and my current favorite, the Hornitos Margarita. Pour over ice and enjoy.
Please serve responsibly. On the Rocks ready-to-serve cocktails, 20 to 35% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2022, OTR Premium Cocktails Incorporated, Dallas, Texas.
Hey, it's Steve. As a father of 4 kids, when one of them isn't feeling well, I know I feel so much better when we get them to see a doctor right away. Health Partners makes that easy with online scheduling, video visits, extended hours, and more. Plus, they'll answer all your questions as parents, which, trust me, my wife and I, we've been known to ask a few. Keep your kids' health on track and schedule online at healthpartners.com/kidscare. Health Partners, your kids, your world, your partner.
This is Ann Tressler with Tressler Law. If you're in a marriage with someone that is not willing to take care of themselves and need to get out, we can help. I personally was in a marriage many years ago with an alcoholic. I understand what that situation is like. So whether you're dealing with substance abuse, domestic abuse, financial issues, or mental health issues, we can help. If you've had your life on hold, it might be time to move forward. For a free 1-hour divorce consultation, please contact us at TresslerLaw.com or myTalk keyword divorce.
Scott here, your Aquarius Home Services radio guy. Question, what makes water good water? As your local authorized Connecticut dealer, we're here to help everyone know that good water is just water. What I mean is that other stuff that isn't supposed to be in water isn't in your water. Stuff like iron, dissolved rock, or contaminants that maybe aren't so good for you. Concerned about what's in your water? Whether it's city or well, schedule your free water analysis at ConnecticutMN.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended. Happy birthday!
To answer the trivia question we left you hanging with, Lori's husband Casey once ate some decorative soap thinking it was candy. Here's Lori telling the story.
It looks like a Swiss cheese. The most enormous bite. So, how did you? And then soap went. And he's slapping his tongue and jumping up and down. Jesus, and then he had to eat 3 more cookies to get the taste out of his mouth. So this morning he goes, I really have a stomachache.
No kidding.
For more myTalk memories, let's throw it back to the Birthday Bash host, Jason Matheson.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the second hour of the 20th anniversary Birthday Bash for myTalk here live at Lush, thanks to Chanhassen Dinner Theaters. Well, there wouldn't be a myTalk, there wouldn't be an FM 107 without our next special guests. If this was an opening title sequence, they would be the Heather Locklears. It all started with them back when the morning show was classy. Give it up for Ian and Marjorie, everyone.
Thank you.
Hello, friends.
Hello. Yeah, really. You have a lovely place here.
Oh, thank you. The Lush, let's give it up for the Lush team.
Let's do
They're
that.
fantastic. They're the best.
Do you also have like an apartment here too?
No,
I mean,
no,
you know?
no, it's all them. I don't do anything. It's all them. That's the magic's all them.
Okay.
Welcome back to the family.
Oh, this is great, and I'm so glad you all are putting it on. Show of hands, who here has COVID-19? Other than the myTalk staff.
Marjorie, we're 30 seconds into this and he's scaring people.
I know.
I know.
All right, who here has monkeypox?
Ian!
See? Monkeypox is fun.
Oh, my God.
Okay, 45 seconds. Marjorie, get him under control.
He is more out of control now than he was then.
I want to play what I've played with all the other shows, first impressions. You both were professionals. You both had been in the business. What was your first impression of this concept of FM 107?
All in.
Yeah.
All in from the first time it was proposed. Not a second.
Yeah.
And I totally got it. And I'd worked close enough kind of with salespeople over the years to see how important women were in maintaining a radio station. And there were 2 things I knew about people, one of which was that men tend to be very bottom line thinkers and women are process thinkers, and I definitely was on the process end of it, which made talk for me much more interesting than just jamming people into an orthodox box where we were just deciding, okay, this is what you're supposed to believe no matter what. And I just loved this concept of discussing things using talking with women, talking about issues that wasn't just decided on you're good, you're bad, bad mom, good mom, all of that Dr. Laura crap.
Yeah.
I mean, some of that for me anyway.
And you weren't, now Marjorie, correct me if I'm wrong, you weren't on, right?
I was not. I was brought into, and this is my memory, and Ian is my memory, so he can correct me all along the way.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing
And
about
she
getting
loves that,
older.
by the way.
I
She
do.
loves-
I do now. I was brought in to be sort of a producer type who would sort of chime in sometimes. And so, yeah.
That didn't last.
That didn't last long at
Come on,
all.
Let's go back a little bit, though. The very first things you were doing were all based on arguments we had had the night before.
Right.
And
It's
so
a good gig.
It's a great radio.
I was calling her in the morning, And I was saying, like, okay, you present your side, I'm going to present my side.
Isn't that
And we
fun,
talk-
married people?
And that turned into 20 years ago this summer, the very first time we went live from the State Fair. And Marjorie was invited there to be a part of it, even though she wasn't yet a regular, cast member.
No
per se.
memory of that.
No,
but
she
that's
doesn't.
okay. That's okay. I just remember it being when they came to Ian first, and the concept, and Ginny was talking about the concept, the owner of the station,
Yeah.
and I just thought it was brilliant. I mean, I think as women, I had been in media already. I was a television producer, and I had worked, as we talked about on the air, I'd worked for one of the leading women who talk to women, which was Oprah. And so that concept of like, yes, there's an audience there. Yes, there was an audience there. And what a receptive, great audience.
Well, yeah, kinda. So,
all right. What's the real story?
The very first time I brought it up, and I said, I'm going with this.
That's true.
Yeah. She was hitting the panic button because we had been in Atlanta and I had been involved in a format shift, and it really kind of messed up my career for a little while. It took a while for things to come back to normal. And she's like, what?
Wait,
like
what?
I was gonna go, like I'm buying magic beans, like I was gonna, and so it took a while for her to really feel like, okay, yeah, I love this.
But it's amazing,
Well-
really. And it's amazing because of all of you. Yeah. All of
Absolutely.
you listened, you responded, you made the shows more fun.
The
that's
connection.
what's what?
The connection with the audience.
Absolutely.
I thought you said
Absolutely.
conniption, and
I
I
did
thought
too.
that's
I was like,
actually
That too.
probably
Well,
closer
Yeah.
to. Who was there the very first year we were live?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
a good number
the
raising their
State
hand
Fair.
here at Lush.
Oh,
Well,
that's so cool.
the proof is in the pudding. You said unique and magnificent. You really did. For many, many years, you kicked off our broadcast day with one of the most unique shows, a husband and wife team. Here is the best of Ian and Marjorie.
Oh,
God.
no.
The Red Rover I got, that hurt.
Red Rover hurt?
Yes, I had little arms.
So it hurt you when they came trying to crash through your arms. Well, why weren't you like one of the other wimpy kids who just let go?
Because I'm stubborn.
Okay, so you're stubborn and wimpy. That was the problem.
I know just what kind of Red Rover kid you were.
What was I?
You were the kind of kid that barreled through and tried to hurt young redheaded girls with freckles.
Yeah, but why Mexico City? Why choose
Hot city.
What do you mean for the? What do you mean?
Hip and hop.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's become kind of the go-to place, kind of a new. Oh.
Yep.
You can answer everything in threes. You're a little caffeinated. Yep. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, boy. Oh boy. Okay. What's going on? Jeez.
My granduncle Harry was buried with my grandmother.
In the same casket?
Yes.
See, now why don't we do that?
You and I?
In our casket. Yeah, we'd be buried together.
Really?
Yeah. If this coffin's a rockin', don't come a knockin'.
You know my feelings about space. I have to have like a little corner.
That's your part of the casket.
Don't let any of your dust mix with my dust.
Get your ash over there. Subject of mandatory Father's Day sex? Mm-hmm. Duh. Where have you two been?
I don't know why. This just all seems weird to me.
So what would be...
My husband would rather have really good sex than any probably materialistic thing.
So you're saying is if you give him a tie for Father's Day, it better end up around your wrists.
Okie dokie.
Can you hear, Heidi? Justin Bieber's baby mama was busted by text messages, which are now being tweeted by these Justin Bieber fans. They say that he was falsely accused of being the father of this woman, Mariah Yeater's baby.
Right.
Or as another way you could describe the story, busted by eager tweener Yeater tweeters. On myTalk 107 here.
Ian and Marjorie. Now, we have like 3 minutes.
She so walked into that
Yeah.
one, didn't she?
I walked into all of them, so.
Other than playing other than playing first impressions, we've been doing this with each show. Each show has a signature.
So funny.
Each show has kind of something they've been known for. Now Marjorie specifically, I hope you can stay to the end of the show because we're gonna talk specifically about Project Down and Dirty.
Oh God.
And your behavior. But
bad behavior.
So they'll be up later.
Thank you.
But Ian, in our last 2 minutes, I want to weave two things into one. I want to talk about your reputation for for being late every so often, and how Paul Black routinely had to save you.
Okay. Routinely saved us always.
Always.
All of us always.
Always.
So give it up for Paul Black.
Paul
'cause
Black,
he was always
engineer
there for
Paul
us.
Black.
I have no regrets.
Ian, we have our minutes.
I have
Ian,
no.
so.
Here's the thing: is that this is an insane hour to be doing radio. Okay, 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Not for me. I was always on
No,
time.
I know because her
Nice,
commute
Marjorie, nice.
was in her pajamas down the hallway. I actually had to leave one building and get into
I was
another.
still on
You got
time.
the better deal.
Yeah,
I
she
did.
got a way better deal, which now, of course, so many people are used to. At the time, everybody wanted the Marjorie deal.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Now everybody has the Marjorie deal.
Sorry about
Paul?
And I remember having this conversation with Ian. Can you stop giving me a heart attack every morning and get here before the show starts? And he
minute.
told me he wants to sit in the parking lot and hear the show open and then walk in.
Ian, I've never said this out. I've never
Always
said
true.
this. When it was announced that we were taking over for
When
you two.
I was advocating for you to be our successor,
Yes.
our handpicked successor.
That's right.
The Dauphin, the
That's right.
Sun King, yes.
Ian told me I knew Ian was leaving before most, and he pulled me aside at the fair. If I start talking about that, I'll start crying, so I won't do that now.
Yeah.
But I remember when it was announced that we were taking over, I went to an industry board, like it was a Minnesota radio board, and the line, it was from an anonymous person. It said, "Well, I hope the homo can get there on time."
Nice. Welcome to the mornings.
Since the other homo was no mo, now it was going to be your turn. So,
in our last minute left, I've said this to each show. When you think of our audience, you kind of touched on this earlier. When you think of your connection to the myTalk audience, what do you think of?
Love, 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 love.
you know, I could say there was never a time. Meeting every one of you at one time or another, it still makes me cry. And for,
Hold it together.
I know, but the number of years you all gave us friendship, thank you again.
Yes.
Ian and Marjorie, everyone. They'll be back at the end of the show to talk about Marjorie's, we'll call it behavior during Project Down and Dirty. But coming up next, programming doesn't stop on Friday. We have some of the best weekend shows in the country, and we're going to celebrate them when the 20th anniversary special continues live from Lush right after this.
As we go to break, here's a little myTalk trivia question for you. At Project Down and Dirty and Hawaii Edition,
You're
myTalkers
up
lived
in
through a
15,
vintage
Julia.
Mall of America store that used to house
Julia, up
what
in 15.
retailer? Was it A, Ed Hardy, B, Tommy Bahama, or C, Walden Books? We'll have the answer when we return on myTalk 107.1.
Go.
It's Julia here with
It's
the-
Kieran with Redlock's Irish Whiskey. The Irish whiskey with a texture as smooth as velvet. With notes of vanilla, as bold as cheese. So if you think whiskey's not for you, I encourage you to give Redlock's a shot anyway. It's been known to change minds.
Oh, you be right here. We'll put Allison.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Allison, you're
Give
over here.
Redlock's a shot today.
Nutrisource, a family like no other.
They're ready.
You're ready.
It's high topping for your dog's food. Kombucha is a savory bone broth.
There you go. There
Right
you
on
go.
top of your dog's food, adding meaty goodness your dog loves. Plus, kombucha contains postbiotics, which is so helpful when it comes to digestion support. It's also great for hydration and much more. To find an independent retailer.
We should do a stage selfie of all of us. Here, let's
Hey everybody, it's Julia and Lori here. Lori's somewhere. for Learning RX. She forgot to take her classes today about showing up on time, but Learning RX has been a partner of ours for a really long time, and that's because of all of you. You listen to us. I've been through the program. My kids went through the program. Lori was sharing about my niece going through the program, and now she's in this top nursing school, and she just talked about how she never would have made it there. If you or your loved one is struggling and not able to read or comprehend or do math problems, it's hard for everybody. And that's the joy of Learning RX's one-on-one brain training. It works. And it starts out with this amazing assessment test that's nationally recognized called the Woodcock-Johnson test. And it takes a little over your hour time, and then you know what's going on in yours or your loved one's brain. That's Learning RX. Call them today and mention Lori and Julia.
Thanks for making a note about this people with the stupid
Welcome to the Everyday
sunscreen
Hotel. You'll be on the
comments.
second floor, and your other room will be on the 14th.
I never
Wait,
use it.
we have
myself.
rooms?
Oh, you
These
can
are 12
floors apart. But everybody
We tried, ma'am, but technically they're only
Are
11
they
floors
on?
apart. We don't have a 13th.
Hey, how's Dexter
We
doing?
can't be 11 floors away from our kids. I don't
Houston 1, 2, 3.
Oh, nice.
When you want separate rooms, but not that separate, it matters where you stay.
Really?
Only Hilton offers confirmed connecting rooms at the time of booking.
Okay.
Hilton, for the stay.
Nice.
Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 in 2 and move your head like a bird new. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
In 2012, at our second project Down and Dirty, the myTalkers spent 3 days in an abandoned Ed Hardy store. One myTalker got a little claustrophobic and ran away.
No, Marjorie, no!
Here's a guy you'd probably never find in an Ed Hardy store ever again, Jason Madison.
I can't do it.
Just a truckload of some of the best myTalkers ever. Sincerely. Well, as I said before we went to break, programming doesn't stop at Friday at 6 p.m. I'm so glad we're doing this because we have some of the best weekend programming in the city, in my opinion, and you're looking at a representation and you're about to hear from right now. Please welcome from The Weekly Dish, Stephanie March. Hey! From America's favorite dog show, Katie K9. And don't go shopping without them, the Shop Girls, Harmony and Allison Kaplan. Steph, I'm going to start with you because you have whiskey in your hand, and that's what you do. Yeah.
So on brand, yeah?
We're going to play First Impressions.
Oh.
First impression of when you were approached to do The Weekly Dish, your thought was?
Oh my God, do I really have to do a Saturday show? Am I really going to be able to be like hungover on a Friday and still come back sparkling on a Saturday?
I love you on whiskey.
Yes, I can.
That's right.
The answer is yes.
The first broadcast with Wackadoodle Hansen.
And shout out to Hanson, who's not here.
No, but don't feel no.
No.
But don't feel sorry. She's on a plane to Croatia.
Yeah, she's
so
cruising for 2 weeks, yo. So
Yeah.
I mean, right, not
Well,
so bad.
Take us to that studio that first day with Hansen.
Well, the funny thing was, I'd filled in with her. I came on to talk about Restaurant Week, one time, and then she said, "Hey, actually, will you fill in and think about doing a 3-hour show, just to fill in for Meredith?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, sure, I can do that." So I came and I filled in and we just talked, and then it was probably 3 weeks later. She goes, "So here's the deal. I'm doing a food show on the weekends. Do you want to do this with me?" We really did not know each other. I mean, we really did not know. And all of a sudden, I was like, well, yeah, am I going to commit every single weekend to hanging out with this person? And it turned out to be obviously my sister from another mister, because we are basically married in a lot of ways.
And don't be modest. It is a lot of people's favorite darn show. I mean, it's a huge, it's a big. I said this to Hansen this week. I knew this was it is now a really big deal for a food place to be on your show, to be mentioned.
And I think I think truly the magic is obviously the two of us are, you know, we come together on a lot of things, but we differ on a lot of things.
Which makes
we
great
cover
radio.
a lot of grounds, and we disagree, and we promote, and we support, and we are. I think the best thing is that we come authentically to the show every day, and that means that some of us are. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, and you know what? It all comes together at the table, just like it does every day in America.
You don't get much more authentic than our next superstar, Katie K9. Katie, the word connection has been mentioned a lot today, the connection with the audience. You probably feel it because pets are so personal. You probably feel it with the audience more than a lot of us.
I sure do. The biggest compliment that I get is when people come up and say, you know what? I don't even own a dog or a cat, and I listen to you every week. And I just smile like, wow, that is way cool. And so, but many families go, we're so tired of our mom or the grandma going, Katie K9 says, Katie K9 says. And so I was started the first in August. So I've been here 20 years, and who would have thunked it 20 years later on a pop culture station that somebody gets to talk about dogs and cats.
And have you thought, you know, pediatricians probably think of, and teachers, how many kids they raise. Have you thought of, in 20 years, how many dogs you've raised and cats?
No, I know
You've raised all mine.
Yeah. I know that vets, there's 3 words that the vets hate, Katie K9 says. I mean, it's been the family of myTalk is like no other, and I can't thank everybody for, you know, keeping me and welcoming me, and Jenny and Jenny, not Jenny, and Jason. Jason's been a big part. He's an awesome person in his own right, but like I said, it's just who does there know what the number one question is that I get asked through the 20 years? What?
What to feed? No. Potty training?
You got it. Potty training.
Yeah.
Potty training is the number one song that and then jumping, and then now nutrition. People are getting more nutrition-wise, so.
Well, you don't grab a credit card, you don't go to the mall, you don't go to a thrift store, you don't go to a new place without our next guest. Give it up for Allison Kaplan and Harmony from Shop Girls. Allison, Allie, I want to start with you, first impressions, because this is, Harmony is evolution 2 of the Shop Girls.
Oh. Indeed.
Yes. What was your first impression when you were approached to do this?
She's version 1 in my life,
Yeah,
version 2 on the radio. Have never been able to shake her
Yeah.
yet. She's always, every day is bring your mother to work day.
That's right.
You know, my mom,
As it should be.
for longtime listeners might remember that, you know, Alexis, you guys all remember Alexis Walsco,
Yeah.
who was great, but she was always flitting around. She always was going away. She was not so good with the Saturday mornings after, like Stephanie March. And so my mother would
I was always available, right?
She was always available.
Harmony.
And guess what? People love the mother, right?
Yeah.
And they're always worried about her, and they're worried I'm being too mean. And it's all about my mother, yes. So.
Harmony, what was it like the first? I mean, obviously you've known Allie her whole life.
I have,
but
yes.
What's it like doing
Before her whole life,
But what's it
yes.
like? But it's very different doing a broadcast with your daughter.
Not so much.
Oh, okay.
You
God, I
know,
love you,
first of all, I did fill in a lot when Alexis was there.
Yeah.
Whenever she couldn't quite make it on Saturday morning, I got the call.
Yeah.
So it wasn't completely strange to be doing it. But I don't know, I mean, there's a dynamic, obviously, between a mother and daughter that's different from any other 2 people that are on the air.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes it's for the better, maybe sometimes it's for the worse. We've had people who have complained and think that she doesn't treat me right. How do you like that? Yeah.
You gotta love those emails.
Yeah, that
We
she
all
should
know
be
those.
nicer to me.
But I always say that, you know, the relationship has to go deep and be really solid to be able to be sarcastic and have fun.
Yes.
The fun always comes from a place of love.
I also talk about intention. You would never intentionally be mean to you know what I mean?
She doesn't dare. She'd be out of the will.
That's right.
Harmony. Put me back in there if you would. I want to go back to you, Steph, talking about connection, because I have an idea. The weekly dish, man. You guys post a recipe. You mention something in the Instant Pot, and things explode. again, the word connection, talk to us about that
You
with
know,
the My Talkers.
Honestly, it's, our My Talker crew, I mean, we call you guys the dishers. If you guys know it, we talk to you and we talk about you as the dishers, and we know what kind of an active participant you are in the cities, and that is really important to us. We don't take that for granted. And so we never want to steer. Our point is to give you the best life while you're out in the cities enjoying the world. If that means cooking, if that means finding the right ingredients, if that means anything, we understand how precious your time and your money is, and you understand and you give it back to us by being, active participants and telling us and talking and engaging. It is a two-way street, and we are so happy that when we recommend a product, you guys are like, we're in, where should we go? How do we get it?
Doesn't that feel good?
It just does, just because you trust us and we trust you back.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful.
Katie, has there been a weird place you've been recognized, or maybe and it's like, oh, I'm being asked advice in the middle of a, I don't know, funeral or something?
Oh, yeah, that's happened at funerals.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I was joking.
No, it's happened a couple times. And so I'll just say, can we talk outside, but not right now? There was one time I was at Walmart, and as soon as they hear my voice, all of a sudden I could hear everybody look. That's Katie K9. And so then, can you, okay, yeah, I can come out, let me finish, and I'll come out, and you can ask me a question. All right. And one time, I had 9 people around me asking me questions before I could get out of there. You know that boat that's up at St. Croix Falls that you take down?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there enjoying the boat ride, and all of a sudden this guy comes up, or this gal comes up behind me, she says, "You're Katie K9, aren't you?" Everybody else heard me talk, but anyway. "Can I have your autograph?" And what she went and did is she got one of the boat cruises, pamphlets, and wanted me to sign that. So it's like, whatever.
Hey, a pamphlet?
So yeah, it's great. Yeah, but funerals, you name it. Yep.
Allie, I'm going to give you the last 30 seconds. Again, connection. Steph said it. People trust you. When you mention a store, you mention a new product, people listen to you. How does that feel for you?
For us, it's all about community. It's all about supporting local in every way. It's not just a hashtag. It's really understanding and connecting with the people behind the brands and the people in our community. And that's what we can do. That's the power of radio.
That is the power. Again, this is the best weekend crew you're going to find.
Thanks,
truly.
everybody.
Stephanie March, Katie K9, Allison Kaplan, Harmony. Harmony, we'll talk about the will a little bit later, just FYI. You can listen to them weekends on myTalk 107.1. When we come back, for the first time in many years, B. Arthur's returning to the mic to take over the show as we talk about Jason and Alexis in the morning. Alexis will be joining us live. We'll be back. We're live here from Lush.
Jason, you are so awesome. Can't wait to see the whole season, everything you are.
Why did I wait so long to update myself? Hi, I'm Rob Commerce of Commerce Water. I hear this question a lot. Here's an email from Steve H. in Woodbury. Dear Commerce, just a note to say thank you for the great service and installation of my new Commerce wet technology system. Why did I wait so long? We were using a little over 2 bags of salt a month. Now it's less than 1 bag. Thanks again. We get emails and even handwritten notes like this all the time. We're pleased to be able to save our customers time, money, and their bags. Update your software to a Commerce wet system and get ready to haul less salt, about 400 pounds per year, and save up to 700 gallons of water. That's not only good for you, but it puts less salt into our environment. Plus, saving water is good for all of us. Don't wait any longer. Start saving today and enjoy all the benefits of the Commerce wet technology system. So go to commerce.com, trade in your old salt hog, and get $400 off your wet system. Commerce will install for free.
Okay, thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Mimi Shoneman with Remax Results and the host of the Red Hot Real Estate Show. We're here on myTalk Sundays at 11. And I'm here with one of our great clients, Mike, who just sold his home in New Hope and moved out to a beautiful home in Minnetonka. So Mike, how was the buying and selling experience with me and the Red Hot Real Estate Group?
Well, Mimi, we really couldn't have done it without you. Since we have 3 kids under 7 and a 120-pound dog, we really didn't want to try to sell our house while we lived there. So with your help, we found a home, moved, and then listed our new house. And you pulled it off perfectly. Not only did we find the home we were looking for, you sold our home so fast, we never felt the pain of owning 2 properties at once. And we actually got 30% more for our home than we originally thought we would.
Oh, thanks, Mike. You guys were awesome to work with.
Want to work with Mimi? Find Mimi online at mnredhotrealestate.com or listen to the Red Hot Real Estate Show on myTalk and ask your questions. myTalk1071.com. Keyword Red Hot.
Hola, my talkers. It's Melissa from El Burrito Mercado. Now, you already know that El Burrito is your one-stop Mexican Latino shop. And you already know that since 1979, we specialize in Latino groceries. Cooking herbs, chiles, and spices, a fantastic butcher shop with seasoned, ready-to-cook meats, a bakery, a deli, a restaurant, and a bar. But did you know we offer the best Mexican catering for your fiestas? Sí, amigos, we are your expertos when it comes to fiestas. A huge variety of taco meats from an amazing taco bar, over a dozen salsas to choose from, plus favoritos like tamales, jalapeno poppers, and don't forget the queso dip. We offer easy catering ordering online at elburritocatering.com or book our food truck, El Burrito on Wheels. Visit elburritomercado.com and follow us on the socials.
My family is my whole world. That's why when it comes to healthcare for my entire family, I choose Entira Family Clinics. As specialists in family medicine, their mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered medical services in family medicine clinics conveniently located in Twin Cities neighborhoods. As an independent organization of physicians, they are uniquely prepared to provide the highest quality of care and value for their patients and their staff. Not to mention, they've been serving the community for over 50 years. Those things are important to me when it comes to choosing healthcare for my family, but convenience is important too. That is why Entira Family Clinics has expanded their online scheduling options. Visit EntiraFamilyClinics.com for more information and
Yeah,
to
it should be a
schedule
Jason
select
Alexis
appointments.
montage.
You can also call 651-788-4444 to schedule appointments, including televisits and e-visits. Choose the best. Choose Entira Family Clinics. Visit EntiraFamilyClinics.com today.
myTalk 1071 is KTMY FM, HD1, Coon Rapids, St. Paul, Minneapolis.
Probably has to say that for legal reasons.
Happy birthday! Yay! It's our 20th birthday! We're having a party! Actually, this station was born June 10th, 2002, and we were given the name FM 107. It sounded a little something like this.
Jane asked her doctor about FM 107. Now, she's getting FM 107 all the time. Real life conversation, only on 107.1.
20 years later, we've become a Marconi Award-winning station known as myTalk 1071.
Actually, I'd like that better.
To celebrate, we gave Lori and Julia, the 2 gals who have been here since day 1, the day off. The bar is open, ladies. And here to host our 3-hour birthday bash broadcast, presented by Chanhassen Dinner Theaters, the man who made his radio debut in 2005 as FM 107's Buzzboy, Jason Matheson.
And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 3rd hour of the myTalk Birthday Bash, the 20th anniversary, presented by our family over at Chanhassen Dinner Theaters. We're live here at Lush. Let's give another round of applause to the folks here at Lush. They do a great job. There's Andy back there behind the bar. Well, we've talked to Colleen and Bradley. We've talked to Ian and Marjorie, the weekend shows, Donna and Steve. I don't know who's left.
I can't think of anyone.
I can't think of anyone. That's right. I'm kind of putting down the mic. She's returning to the airwaves for the first time since the late 70s. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend herself, Amy Daniels, better known as B. Arthur.
Thanks, I think.
Thanks, I think. And joining us on the phone, she is my sister from another mister, and I can't imagine the last 20 years without her. Give it up, live from Shoreview, Alexis Thompson.
Hi, Lex.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, guys. I'm so bummed I can't be there with you today.
Oh, we're bummed too.
We're bummed too. How you feeling?
I'm feeling much better. Well, I'm on the mend. Let's say that. I got the COVID, and just getting better. So I'm
Well-
just happy that I can talk to you guys and celebrate. I'm there in spirit.
I know.
You sound a little teary, Sweet Pea.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been listening. You guys are doing a great job. It's been really fun to listen.
Well, it's not the same not having
It's
you
not.
with us.
I feel because you're gone and I feel like a little orphan. I feel like
know, it's just Jason.
It's Lex. I'm
All by
standing up here. I'm like,
himself.
I don't have any of my friends.
It's like going to summer camp and all your friends went to a different summer camp.
Exactly.
And you're just by yourself.
Exactly. Well, before we get started, because Amy's going to kind of take over the next two segments, but just like the other shows, Rocco has worked his arse off, and we're no different. He has put together, because Lord knows, and Lex knows it, we've had our share of laughs since 2008, from being peed on to to being peed on to...
That didn't happen. What are you
That
talking
didn't
about?
happen, Lex. It didn't at all. Here is the very best of Jason and Alexis in the morning.
Welcome to the Jason and Alexis Show with Jason Matheson and Alexis Thompson. Jason is a movie critic, entertainment reporter, and expert on all things television. He'll give you the inside scoop every morning. Alexis will give you the inside scoop too and knit you something out of her own hair.
Huge shed sale. Huge shed sale.
Huge shed. Huge shed.
Oh my God.
It is time for the weigh-in.
Time for weighing our producer's boobs.
Oh my God. They are resting on that. 12.75. Wow.
Whoa. 12.75
Wow.
pounds.
There's a guy, he had like a peasant shirt on and a gray poncho, and I start screaming, Hodor! Hodor! Hey, Hodor!
Oh, Jesus.
He's like, I'm not Hodor. And
Was he a big guy?
He was a big guy.
Okay.
Big guy. I mean, he looked like Hodor. He was actually Liam Neeson's character in Star Wars. Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn. So next time I saw him, I go, Force be with you. I mean, I was just...
If you mess up once, Lex, just don't talk to him. Oh, gosh.
Oh, he would just look at me and go, I'm always looking for the best burrito and best Mexican food here. It's on Larpenteur Avenue. It's between the Auto Zone and Cub Foods. They are closed today, so that's kind of a horrible tease right now.
Oh,
but
my Lord.
I didn't know.
Somebody called and said, just P.S. it doesn't have any signage and it's only takeout.
Go to the yellow door behind the Auto Zone and knock 4 times and say,
Burrito!
Monkeys, peas at midnight. And then they'll let you in. You open the half door and there's going to be a guy named Carlos. And you say to Carlos, which way to the burritos?
It's one of Alexis's dolls that has crossed over.
Scratching the other side of your bill.
Ew! Are you in her house right now, creepy doll?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's Angel?
I can't really talk about that.
Oh,
wow.
There it is.
Wow.
Oh,
Alexis,
God.
so much fun, right?
Good times. Good
Good
times.
times. You know what? When I first hired you guys, talk about the first show you did on Saturday nights with a really dumb name that I'll take all credit for.
Yeah.
The Saturday Night Groove.
The Saturday Night Groove.
And just tell me about when I don't remember when you two first met. Tell me about that.
Lex, you can tell the story of how we how we met.
Yeah. Well, I loved the name, by the way, because we got to spin off of Madonna's "Get Into the Groove."
Oh,
so
that's right. Yeah,
I was
that
very
was
happy
good.
with that. And our little theme song was like, "It's Jason Lexi on the MIC." It was really fun. Yeah, let's see. So I was the producer for the Kevin Berger Show, and Jason would call in on Fridays with movie reviews, and we would just kind of kicked it off. I mean, I just thought of him as like a big brother who's so funny and witty, and always had a really fun take on movies, and we just started a friendship, and then it just, I guess from there, maybe because Jace was really fun to listen to, and we kind of kicked it off, and Jace was like, hey, let's try this, and Meredith joined us, and so we did the Saturday Night Grooves from 7 to 10 on Saturday nights. Am I remembering that right, Steve?
You are remembering it.
I am on that.
And Lex, this is my memory of those early days, and you know what I'm going to say. So this was when Lex and I were way younger, and we could stay up past 9:30. And like now we laugh. The fact that we had to do a show till 10 p.m. is like a nightmare scenario. But this is what I remember. Lex and I were so young, so we did the show, and we would meet because we were excitable new friends. So we would meet. Lex knows what I'm going to say. We would meet before every show, and we'd go to the Leaning Tower of Pizza. And Lex and I bonded because we're not those new friends that like, oh, I'll just get a salad. I'm not going to eat in front of people. No, Lex, this is how I knew we were good friends, because Lex goes, I said, okay, go ahead and order. She goes, I'll take a large pepperoni pizza and a Caesar salad. And I said, and I look at the server, I go, I'll take the same thing. And we would eat like a full pizza, right, Lex? We'd eat a full pizza. And then we'd go to do the damn show, and we'd get done at 10, and we would get done at 10, and Lex goes, let's go dance. So then we'd go out and dance until like 2 a.m. And now I can't even think about that.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. So that's where it came from, and you listened to it. You hired us for that. Well,
I had originally heard you on the show, on Kevin Berger's show, when Lex was the producer, that you referenced Lex.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, who is, they called you the Fox 9 Fox.
The Fox 9 Fox, yeah.
And
yeah.
I remember thinking, who is this Fox 9 Fox guy? And so I dug a little further into it, talked to Lex, and she was like, oh, he's great. And I was like, I don't know who he is, but I'm bringing him in here.
Yeah.
And you and I hit it off right away.
We hit it off right away.
Yeah.
And that was part of the reason why I was able to make fun of you, like from the first day was.
Right, and I don't want to detract from you two, because that's the main event here, but Jason is like, and I'm not kidding, Jason's like my son.
Yeah.
I mean,
because she's considerably older.
Really? Really? And my mom, who, bless her heart, just
you're going to tell
passed.
this? Yes. Oh.
My mom would, every time I'd go to see my mom, she passed in May, but she would say, why does Jason hate you so much? And I'd go,
Lex,
no.
remember that? She used to get so mad.
I do.
And I'd go, Mom, no, it's a bit. And she'd go, I don't even know what that means. And I'd go, well, it's like supposed to be funny. And she goes, well, it's not.
So the early years with AIM and Lex, I try to guess what I'm getting ready to talk about. So the early days, so Amy put us in the Saturday Night Groove, and then they kept approaching Fox. I said, we really want Jason to do a weekday show. Would you let it? And they played kind of chicken with Fox. They never thought, Fox kept saying no, and then my boss at the time thought he had him. He goes, fine, I'll let Jason leave in the middle of his workday, but you have to build the radio studio here at Fox. And Fox never thought that Dan and Amy would do it. And Dan goes, okay, it'll be done by the end of the week. And my boss at Fox like peed on himself. He was like, now we have to do it. So the early days, I was actually not in the building, but then I was in the building for a couple years. And Lex and I and Amy would always have lunch together.
Oh, God.
And we would go down, Lex, you know what I'm going to say. We went down.
This is about Lex's lunch.
This is about Lex's lunch and your dumbass lunch. So we would go, we were down in the cafeteria. And Lex had like a Mary Poppins purse. And Amy and I would sit there and.
I need snacks.
You need snacks?
Like
Lex is
25
I know.
snacks?
Lex is like, Lex would look at us and go, y'all want some snacks? And Amy and I would go, sure. And she goes, here's some octopus testicles.
And some
she would pull
seaweed.
some seaweed crisps. And crap.
Some baby crab eggs.
Baby crab eggs.
Yeah.
She kept pulling, and Amy goes, how big is that purse? Like, how much stuff do you have?
And sadly, I wanted nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing she had. It was all icky.
Yeah.
Alexis and I have decided that if we ever lived on a deserted island together, she could have whatever food she wanted, because I want nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
It's
Nothing.
disgusting.
That's true, but we love the same TV shows and movies.
So
that's
that's very
perfect.
true.
Yeah.
But so Saturday night, so I loved you, Saturday Night Groove, I loved Lex, put you guys together, and really the reason I did it was to stash you on our radio station until Fox would say yes.
Yeah.
That really
kind
was
of put
the
on the
reason.
bench. And you were talking about how our show was kind of, in your mind, the catalyst, because Lori and Julia, again, it all starts with them. Lori and Julia were already doing pop culture. Lex and I, that's what we did. We didn't have, you let us do whatever we want, and Lex and I, that was our wheelhouse. So the two shows were kind of your recipe for taking the station that
In
direction.
a new
Am I right on
direction.
that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Ian and Marjorie did tons of pop culture as well. Sadly, we lost Ian and Marjorie for other reasons.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with that. But having you come on, and Lex already knew pop culture, having Lori and Julia was sort of the impetus to start us down the road.
When we come back, so Hannah, our digital diva, put a post on myTalk 1071's social pages. And the question was, what is one of your favorite moments of myTalk? Now, we're going to try to get through the next segment without crying, because without a doubt, the number one most said response was the day Alexis announced she was pregnant. We're going to talk about that moment when the 20th anniversary of myTalk continues, live from Lush. We'll be back right after this.
Happy birthday! Thanks, Jace. Here's another myTalk trivia question. According to myTalk social media maven, Melania Hannah, what's the most viral video myTalk has ever posted on social media? Was it A, Lady Exercise in Hawaii, B, Steve Patterson's cold weather segment on Live with Kelly, or C, Alexis's husband on Kelly? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Hey guys, it's us, Forever Eve Women's Fashions. We both are from head to toe Ever Eve today, wearing our matching shirts.
And we did not plan this like true sisters. We accidentally dress alike all the time. I have the white puffy version, you have the black. But we love these tops. They're so unexpected.
They're so unexpected because we're like, we don't wear puffy sleeves. We don't wear puffy
I know,
sleeves.
I was like convinced you're not going to see me in a puffy sleeve
And
top.
then we both got them. Seriously, we were so adamant. And that's the thing about shopping at Ever Eve. The women who shop there, they just kind of give you a little nudge and say, hey, what about trying this? And we're like, no, we don't like those. And they're like, just try it. And we're like, oh, these are fresh, they're updated, and they're cute.
Yeah, we're like, why didn't we think of that? No, we need someone to help us
We
sometimes.
do 10 Twin Cities locations. That's Ever Eve. That's a fun place to shop with great clothes. Tell them Lori and Julia sent you. evereve.com online for more information.
If you have a sudden injury or need quick walk-in care, start at Summit. Summit Orthopedics OrthoQuick locations provide specialized urgent care from a team of expert orthopedic providers. No appointment needed. Just stop by any of their 5 metro locations. Open 8 to 8 daily.
Hey, it's Rocco for Crescent Tide Cremation Services, where Lisa and Verlin like to say they keep things simple, transparent, and affordable. Where simple cremations start at just $800. I was just looking at Crescent Tide's impressive Google reviews, and these are some of the words family members used to describe their dealings with Crescent Tide. Beyond kind and considerate, always prompt in their responses and patient with questions, compassionate and helpful, amazing and kind, full of empathy. Simple, transparent, and affordable, and all those other kind words too. Google them today, Crescent Tide Cremation Services.
On the Rocks, ready-to-serve cocktails offer modern twists on the classic cocktails. I love the Hornitos Margarita. Just pour over ice and enjoy.
Please drink responsibly. On the Rocks, ready-to-serve cocktails, 20 to 35% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2022, OTR Premium Cocktails Incorporated, Dallas, Texas.
This is Joe Cordell. In other ads, I've talked about the weighty matters that are on the table in divorce: assets, debts, spousal support, and of course, children. But here I want to talk to you about a troublesome issue that arises early and often in the divorce process,
Hi,
but
Pat.
which attorneys, including myself, say too little about.
Hi.
And that's the cost of a divorce.
Hi,
Yet as
Oat.
important as this factor is, it shouldn't overwhelm the more deserving issues that are raised by divorce. But here are just a few things that Cordell & Cordell is doing to help. We have now reduced our initial deposit or retainer. Also, there's no longer a charge for initial consultations for those who retain. And finally, we now provide on the front end a maximum fee pledge for certain modification and support matters. The bottom line is that to be a partner men can count on, we have to think about all their needs, and attorney fees are no exception.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Twin Cities attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Wendy's knows cold and soggy fries are the most soggy. That's why we're serving up hot and crispy fries all day, every day. And all night until close. With natural cut potatoes, sea salted to perfection. Show me that potato skin. Wendy's hot and crispy aren't like other fries. We're your dream fry. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and crispy fries.
Guaranteed to be hot and crispy. If yours aren't, bring them back and we'll replace them.
Happy birthday!
Sorry, Lady Exercise. The most viral myTalk video ever to hit the webs was when Steve Patterson did a video hit with Kelly Ripa during Minnesota Cold Weather Week.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Steve. Can you hear us?
Yeah, this is real, guys.
Yeah.
This is very real. Well, first and foremost, how hardy hello, sunny Minnesota. The current air temperature is negative 24 degrees. For our Canadian viewers who want to know the Celsius equivalent, it's probably negative. Holy crap, it is so cold. It's very cold.
For more myTalk memories, let's throw it back to the Birthday Bash host, Jason Matheson.
And welcome back. We're live here at Lush for the 20th Birthday Bash for myTalk. I'm Jace, standing here with the woman taking over this segment, our boss, our leader, the Grand Poobah, the legend herself, B. Arthur, Amy Daniels, and joining us on the phone is my broadcast sister, Alexis from Shoreview. And hey, girl, hi.
Hey, girl, hi.
Well, Lex, I don't know if you saw, but the results are in, and I think Hannah can back me up on this. They posted on the myTalk socials what was everyone's favorite moment, most memorable thing that folks remember from myTalk over 20 years. And when I looked at it, it was far and away the moment that you revealed that after a long struggle, you were pregnant. And talk to us.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, Lex, talk about that day from your point of view.
Well, I had no idea how this was going to go, and I thought, gosh, how could I do this in a fun way? I was doing quizzes anyway on the show, and I thought, all right, well, I'll just come up with some quiz questions about some celebrities, and I'll just, like, put myself in there and just see if they would guess it and see what would happen, because I had just told my family the weekend before, and with just a little, like, face, I thought, you know what? Let's just do it, and it turned out really... your guys' reactions. I think you weren't listening right away, Jason.
No.
We were on our way to
I wasn't.
It was the very last thing.
Yeah, it was the last question. So we had already, like Lex said, we played games anyway. So that wasn't out of the ordinary. Yeah. But I was preparing. We were doing something new, I think, in the next segment. So I wasn't.
No, I kid. You were. Yeah. It was just kind of like, oh, let's see if I can answer this really quick, not knowing, like, well, how would anybody know this? I had no idea how it would go.
No. And people to this day, so then Alexis revealed, in the quiz, the answer was she was pregnant. And when you hear the clip, when you listen that day, Dawn and I, like, Dawn didn't know, Lex didn't tell us, and it took us a moment, and then I looked in the... And Lex, I was like, what did she say? Because I wasn't paying attention. And then I looked, we had the B. Arthur spy cameras, and I look at the camera, and Dawn is bawling, like just bawling. And I thought, should I be crying?
Did something important just happen?
What happened? And then Dawn goes,
it's actually me.
Yeah, Dawn goes, I'm pregnant. Lex is pregnant. And then I just lost it. Because, Lex had shared, and I asked permission before revealing this. Lex and I had gone on a trip in 2012 to Dallas, and that was really, Lex, kind of the first time that you and I had kind of talked about it. So I had known about your struggle at that point for about 7-8 years. So it hit me really, really hard, and it was such a great, it's my #1 moment, Lex, without a doubt.
Oh.
Well, and Lex, just for
fun and
Lex,
to
just
celebrate with you guys, and with the myTalkers, and because I don't necessarily, it wasn't something that came up very often. Like, hey, we're having a hard time getting pregnant.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that at all. So to be able to share that was just really fun, and you just never know. I wanted to wait until the time where it was safe to tell everybody, and it was very scary too, just that it happened and that he did so well and still doing so great.
Cutest kid
ever
you have ever seen.
Yeah.
Zen.
And the first time we met Zen, B. Arthur was coming to the hospital too. Alexis had called all.
Oh, God.
Lex knows what I'm going to say.
Here we go.
Dawn and I had gone to the hospital, and B. Arthur was going to meet a little bit later, and we go there, and Alexis had said, "Oh, here's Zen," and Zen was in the little machine, right, Lex? What was the machine called? Like a little
Yeah, the
incubator.
Yeah,
little
she was in
incubator.
the queue for a month.
Yeah, so B. Arthur calls Alexis, and she goes, "I'm here." So B. Arthur, so Lex goes to get B. Arthur, and we were able. Were we holding him? I don't know. Maybe we were holding him, and Dawn's holding him, and then I start to talk to Zen, and I'm telling Dawn a story, and I said a really bad word to Dawn, and the minute I said that word, Zen goes, and just starts like screaming. And Lex comes back. She goes, "What the hell did you two do?" B. Arthur, you walked in. You're like, "What did you two do?
What did you
to
do?
the
My baby was fine when I left.
Yeah, and now he's crying.
That's
Don't
right.
worry, his cousin and his parents are telling him plenty of words that we hope he doesn't repeat.
So we have just a couple minutes left. You guys talk in general about the last, where are we at now? 16 years?
16 years.
16 years. Talk about that.
Ladies first, Lex.
Wow. Well, I'm really grateful to myTalk and to everyone on our team and the listeners, because I started at the station when I was 25 years old. And, I feel like I have really grown up on the station. I've had some of my greatest friendships ever through my colleagues and you guys, the listeners and advertisers and clients. And it just really warms my heart that we're still doing this, that we get to wake up every morning and just have some fun. Also, it's a respite for our lives too, to just wake up and know that we can laugh and have a good time. And I get to do it with Jason, Dawn, and Kenny, and it's just really a joy, and that we've been able to do it this long. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, I echo what Lex said. It's a privilege. Marjorie, if she's still in the room, Marjorie said something to us, and Lex knows again what I'm going to say. Privilege is a good word. When Lex and I took over the morning show, Marjorie pulled us aside right before the show was going to debut, and she said, the best part about our time slot is Lex and I have the ability and the honor to start people's day off with a smile and on a good note. And that has never left me. And Lex, I think it's never left you, right?
Yeah, no, it's the absolute truth. We get to smile and laugh, and hopefully we're mirroring that for them, and just have some great friendships and just have some fun in the morning, because don't we need some joy and laughter?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I want to say this,
And I just want to
truly
say,
the best listeners in the world.
I just want to say to both of you, you were really my first hire, like my first official hire that I did sort of on my own, because I was new to the radio station in terms of being the program director. I could not be prouder of you two. I have belly laughed for years listening to you. My mom has been tortured by it, but I always knew that the jokes were out of love. And if you can't give crap to the people you love, then who can you?
Absolutely. Right? Lex, thank you. I know you're not feeling well, so this means a lot. I can't imagine doing this without you. I love you.
We miss you.
We miss you. Alexis Thompson, everyone, live from Shoreview. When we come back, one of our signature events is Project Down and Dirty. We'll be back in just a second.
It's myTalk 107.1's Birthday Bash.
People don't think we're going to do things a big deal, but it's all I've been thinking.
Grant? Before the break, here's a little myTalk trivia question for you. What household pest did Donna Valentine think was the reincarnation of her recently deceased dog, Max? Was it A, a housefly, B, a box-elder bug, or C, a spider? We'll have the answer when we return.
Hey everybody, it's Julia here, and I'm telling you guys, if you have not seen Emma yet at the Guthrie, it is the bomb. It is so good. It's a Jane Austen play about a matchmaker gal, and the gal who plays her is so brilliant. It's hysterical. It's been updated. It's fresh. And Paul Black, I'm having an assist right now. Paul Black is holding the timer. I'm holding the microphone. Michael's doing something else and just laughing at us. But if you haven't been, Emma, the tickets start at just $26, and it's just so much fun. Bring your girlfriends, bring your moms, everybody should go see this. And it's through August 21st at the Guthrie. And we can't say enough about it. We had so much fun. And it's, you're going to love it. And I want you to send us an email after you go and tell us how much you love it. That's Emma at the Guthrie, GuthrieTheater.org for tickets.
Hey, it's Alexis with David from First Equity. I'm hearing all over on the news competitive housing market. Now, how do myTalk respond, David?
That is true. 10, 20 people bidding in every house. And how does my team and I help the myTalk listeners? We are there holding your hands and fighting for you to help win those.
So, are they all getting in ears? Or
No.
Jason?
Teenagers.
Okay. So, how many?
Deal that works with you, so you can offer
Yes.
prices.
How are we getting them?
Yes.
Colleen, can you grab? Sorry.
It helps when sellers are making decisions. It's sure nice to know they're working with a local.
I'm going to stand. I'm a stander.
Throughout the process, you're part of our family. Give David and the team a call, 763.
They're all on.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time for love. We'll stand in the back.
We're so tall.
Stand in the back.
Presented by Channel
Donna.
Theaters.
Donna.
When Donna's beloved dog Max passed away in 2018, she couldn't bring herself to swat out a housefly she named Frankie. After all, Frankie just might have been inhabited by the spirit of Max. R.I.P. Frankie. You've been so Here's a guy inhabited with the spirit of Merv Griffin, Johnny Carson, Ed Sullivan, and more. Jason Matheson.
And welcome back to our third and final hour of the myTalk 20th Birthday Bash live from Lush. So the final half hour is going to be a lot of fun because it's the whole family up here, and we have. It is going to be fun, Lori. I heard that. I heard that, Lori.
The doubt coming from
the
her?
doubt. You're on a microphone, Lori. For the love of Pete. We thought it would be worthy and important to talk about an institution, whether we want it to be or not, of myTalk 107.1 for the past 12 years, and that's Project Down and Dirty. And other than entertaining folks, the benchmark of what we do includes charity, and the biggest charity event we do every year is Project Down and Dirty, where the managers make us step out of our comfort zone and do a variety of things like a musical, run a restaurant, join the military, scare Steve, do comedy. So we're going to talk about Project Down and Dirty. Colleen, I'm going to start with you because you're to my left here. What was your favorite and your least favorite Project Down and Dirty?
This is so easy. My favorite was Project Down and Dirty, the musical, because it was amazing. And also, you remember, this was kind of like our first big performy one. And we were in, where were we? The Pantages Theater.
Pantages.
And when the curtain came up, and we heard all of you amazing fans cheering, and we were terrified. It was like, oh, we're gonna be all right. They want us to succeed. It was absolutely, so that was my favorite. Least favorite, the Mall of America. Goodbye, see you later.
Well, I'm so
hi, Marjorie.
I'm so glad that was Colleen. You didn't even thank you. You teed me up well because we've brought back to the stage Marjorie Punnett. Now, when we think of myTalk and we think of Project Down and Dirty and we think of the Mall of America one, we think of two words: Bad Marjorie. Bad Marjorie.
There you go. I like this guy in the back who's going.
Yeah, that's Phil. We ignore him at various times of the year. But Marjorie,
Yes.
why don't you explain to maybe the newbies,
Where are the newbies?
the new listeners maybe that don't know your behavior
Nice to meet you.
During that Project Down and Dirty. How was Bad Marjorie born?
Well, there's oh gosh. It really started at the Minnesota State Fair.
Yeah.
When I escaped, nothing was happening. They wanted us all to be mad at each other, and they wanted like heat. they wanted tension between all of us. And we all ended up really loving each other so much. Do you remember how much we drank?
We drank
at
a lot.
the Minnesota State Fair? It was so much fun. And so I just thought, there's the producer in me. I'm like, well, I got to get some heat in here. And so I escaped. I think that's where it started. And that's where Bad Marjorie started, was at the Minnesota State Fair. And then the next year, I was called into my boss's office. And they said, you need to be Bad Marjorie again. And I was like, but I don't want to be. I'm not bad. I'm a good person. Like, no, you need to do this. And I said, do you want to know what I'm going to do? And she said, no, I don't want to know. And so the plot was, basically, I can't even remember the name of the casino.
Mystic Lake.
Mystic Lake, thank you.
I'm here for you. I know all the casinos.
Thank you. So Emma, who was our sweet producer, and I roped her into it, and we decided that we would escape from the Mall of America, which I love you, Mall of America, but I don't want to live there.
Yeah.
And so we decided we would escape from the Mall of America.
Oh, we were furious.
I know, and everybody, like, I was not prepared to be the villain in the reality show. And so we escaped and we went to Mystic Lake, and I thought this was like beautifully produced. Like, we had the sounds of a casino, and we pretended that we went to Las Vegas, but we didn't. We were at Mystic Lake. We were like 20 minutes away. And then they told me that we couldn't do that, that we really had to go to Vegas. And so I was like, what's happening? So somehow a flight got booked.
I forgot that.
My poor producer's crying. She's like, everybody's mad at us. I'm like, Emma, I don't know what's happening. They just told us we have to go to Vegas. So we went to Vegas. We picked up some gifts for you guys and then came back. So
And
that's Bad Marjorie.
That's Bad Marjorie.
Yeah.
And then so back at the Mall of America,
Oh my
Lori,
God.
we were all fit to be tied, but
Oh.
Lori, you were apocalyptic.
You were mad at me?
I wanted to be Bad Lori with Bad Marjorie.
I wish I
Oh.
Are you kidding? That
Hug
place,
it
that
out.
was hell staying in that store. Oh, that was
That
like,
was hell, and we had to start the morning with your show.
No, it was Ina
Oh,
Marjorie.
Ian and Marjorie, you
Yes.
guys, and
Wait.
then it was so early, but we slept and
Oh, that's
and
right.
did the radio show from a one store at Hardee's, remember?
With
It was
no changing available.
horrible.
No shower.
It was
No
it was-
shower.
It was
One
horrible.
toilet.
Do you remember?
Wait, there was no shower? I didn't,
No.
I didn't know that because I was at the
Because
Wynn
you were
in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right, Marjorie.
There's a
At the
reason.
Wynn.
Marjorie,
You
there's
know
a.
what? We had a shower, and you know we
Turn
had,
around, Marjorie.
No.
yeah,
We
turn
had
around.
Take her
drapes.
mic.
We had drapes that, like, with a button would open and close. No, sorry.
Donna Valentine, best and least favorite project down and dirty.
Oh gosh, listen, I am the laziest person on the planet, so I like all the really easy ones.
same.
I like the zoo. That was
Oh,
fun.
that
I
was
had
so
to,
zen.
I had to clean up like tapir poop because they poop in a hot tub and then you drain it and clean it. That was great. Feed the kangaroos. That was great. We also the other one that was fun, but I don't want to say it out loud in case the boss is listening, which I know he is. Was
What?
rock.
Oh, rock. That was
Rock
so fun.
band.
Rock band.
That was a blast.
I hated it and loved it at the same time,
Yeah.
just because of the people who came out to see it, and it was the same thing. You took a peek out and you were like,
Holy
who do these
crap.
people think they're coming to see? I think they think Bieber is here
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
And then it was like, they're here for us. So that was like exhilarating, but
Yes.
like, I don't want to do that ever again. Thank you. Good night.
Bradley, your favorite and least favorite.
Oh gosh, of course, musical was favorite. Least favorite, I mean, I'm just gonna say the obvious. It was the Mall of America.
Yeah.
I mean, being stuck in that mall with one toilet, 10, what were there, 10 of us?
10 of us in one big room.
Sleeping in the same space, which, by the way, remember there was a curtain. The only privacy we had was a curtain between all of us and the entire mall, who could walk in during business hours to where we slept.
Yeah.
And remember, people would come in and they would be like, what's
Stare
back
at-
there? And they'd start to walk back there and we'd be like, it's just us.
Steve, let's talk about you for a second.
Hey, Jason.
And your project down and dirty. Let's talk about comedy for a second.
We don't have to.
And I don't know if you have time because you're still wrapping up your set, but I mean,
Yeah.
We need some shoes.
Oh.
Listen,
Steve, your set went a little long. I think actually it's still playing out over there at the Mystic Lake.
I remember when I came off stage after Julia had tried to get me off stage.
She threw a shoe with my encouragement. She goes, should I throw a shoe at him? I said, absolutely.
Yes, Jason said yes. Everybody.
We have got to get him
the
off
shoe.
the stage.
Yeah, I remember I came off and there was somebody from Stevie Ray's Comedy Cabaret, and I walked past a group of myTalk coworkers, and I was like, those aren't happy faces.
We had pitchforks, you know.
And then he just said to me as I walked by, nice tight 3. And I was like, okay, maybe I went a touch too long. I think I ended up doing like 12 and a half or 13 minutes.
No, it's 15.
It's like 15.
It was 15:20. Alexis kept track. He was supposed to do 3. Alexis said you did 15 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay, if you're counting, I guess. I blame the myTalkers. For my fellow stand-up comics, hang on, give me a shot. We all practiced our routines, and I was in a room alone with Stevie Ray, and if you've never done one-on-one stand-up comedy with a guy you don't know well in a no-window room, that's a tough place to be. And so we did it, and I was like, yeah, that feels like 3 minutes, we're out of here. And then the crowd was there, and they were laughing, and they were giving, and I started writing in some new lines.
On the spot.
And I'll never do that again.
Let's go back to the beginning because Ian's here, and so Lori and Julia and Ian and Marjorie and Colleen and Bradley hosted, and Lex and I were there. We mention this a lot, and that's why I'm so happy that you know what I'm going to say. Yeah. And this isn't hyperbole, it's not over dramatic. The trajectory of this radio station changed one night during the first project Down and Dirty, where we sat at the wine restaurant into the wee hours of the night and bonded for the first time.
Yeah.
Right, Ian?
Yeah. And a lot of the bonding had to do with a story that you told.
No, you don't.
I started it.
Oh, no.
Lori started it, Ian.
And then he one-upped it.
Yeah. And boy, did he want. I can't tell the story.
No.
Either one of them.
You don't want to hear it, but it was the kind of thing where we were laughing so hard that all I can say is finally Lori and Julia forgave us for getting the best bedroom in the trailer. Which I didn't think was possible.
Oh no, Lori raced. Remember, Lori got there early.
Yeah, but do you remember who beat her? Paul Black.
That's right.
Why? Because I put a bounty on that room.
Yeah.
And I said, Paul, you got to get us that room. And that's what he got for us.
They made us fight. We were in a very small trailer,
Yeah,
and
and
there's
they
only
made us
one
run.
room, and they made us run into the trailer.
They did.
They really thought we were going to be Big Brother, is what they had on their hands.
I think so.
But Julia, talk about that night for your perspective, from the bonding night.
And it was so much fun, and we all kind of had an interesting start and never spent there.
Let's just say many of the people who were there had been overserved.
Not us.
Yeah, I mean, what's that anyway?
But I mean, Jason, I thought I was going to pee my pants, and Alexis was so funny, and you guys, and remember, and Donnie is just like...
Oh.
He went home early.
He did?
He did. He was done with us.
Well, whatever restaurant we were drinking
It was the wine place at the fair.
Whatever wine place it was, we cleared the place.
We did.
I will never forget one mother who literally had her children there, and she looked afraid of us. And she's like getting her children out of there, and we were like laughing.
And we did scare Donnie because that was the morning. That was the morning, y'all. We all wake up and we're all sleeping in the same trailer.
Yeah.
And now we can't see Ian and Marjorie because they get the private bedroom.
With the air conditioner.
With the air conditioner.
With the air conditioner.
So Lex and I are on the floor on a deflated air mattress.
Oh,
and we're pressed up against each other. And Lex wakes up and I'm basically kissing her. And she goes, hi. I go, hi. She goes, I think we're the only ones up right now. And I go, I think we are. And she goes, let's take inventory. So Lex turns around, she goes, okay, there's Lori. Lori's on top of the couch. There's Julia on the other couch. There's Colleen. There's Chris Reavers. Ian and Marjorie in the other room. She goes, where's Donnie? And I said, I don't know. So I got up and I'm looking. I go, I don't see him, Lex. Lex goes, I'm going to go outside. So we go outside. hand to Oprah, one of the funniest images in 20 years of this station. I go in the Lex and I go in the lactation station, and Donnie is half naked, passed out in the recliner in the lactation station. He had slept in the lactation room
it was perfect.
all night.
It was perfect.
It was so Donnie.
Because Chris Reaver's shoes, by the way, took up half the trailer too.
Yes.
I mean, they were huge.
And are we going to talk about the Army base?
We are,
Oh.
because we're going to do that. We're going to take a break, though. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up. Our final thoughts as we celebrate 20 years of My Talk live from Lush. We'll be back right after this.
Marjorie's producing.
Oh, thank you. I've never seen her shoulders except maybe at the musical. It's so cute. It's so Audrey Hepburn. I want more. Always want more. Want more.
I got her. Orange.
Lori and Julia here for Crutchfield Dermatology and MediSpa. And who would think we're 20 years older?
I don't know.
Thank you, Dr. Crutchfield. Someone's raising their hand.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, yeah, fine. But anyway, we absolutely love going to Dr. Crutchfield. You spend a lot of time in the hydrofacial area.
I do. I like to do
spend
the
a lot of time
hydra.
with the Botox. And you know, it's just really fun because we all follow so much stuff on the housewives and everything and just watch their faces become bigger and inflated.
And you're like, we don't want to look like that.
No, and Dr. Crutchfield just gives us the Midwest sensibilities to
Absolutely.
keep us looking refreshed, but yet not over plumped.
That's
if
right.
you have a special occasion going up or you want to maybe try Botox, there's no one better.
There
And
is
then
no one better. He's
you're-
the expert injector.
He is, and he also has the MediSpa with all the great specials this month. Call Linda.
651-209-3679. That's our Low J Bat line.
It is, and then also, oh, I love it. We're wrapping things up here. Crutchfield Dermatology and MediSpa.
Do I have like a couple minutes?
I'm so on.
No stress, no buying a shrimp tray. Crystal Real Estate has over 3,500 five-star reviews, making it the #1 most reviewed real estate company in Minnesota. Seriously, here's an example from their client, JT. He writes, Crystal Real Estate is amazing. We got a guaranteed offer and sold our home within a week of meeting our agent, and we got more money than we expected. Yeah, thanks for that review. Seriously, getting your home sold for the most money possible, quickly and with no hassle. That's Chris Lindahl Real Estate. So call him today. Get that guaranteed offer right now. Go to chrislindahl.com. That's Chris with a K. Or call 763-401-SOLD.
Certain restrictions apply.
It spans the globe like a supervisor. It is called Internet. It's full of great stuff.
Talk shows live.
What?
Highlights from your favorite shows and so much more.
Okay, so I've spent, that was like
There's also a whole team of amazing people behind the scenes that make the operation look like a well-oiled machine. Kieran is growing and looking to fill positions in their call center. And I know there are some myTalk listeners out there who would be a great fit. If you have over-the-phone customer service experience, this is your chance to join a winning team. You'll provide all the equipment and you can work remote.
Everyone in the outer room, we're going to wrap things up. If you want to come in here for the last segment, if you're in the outer room, eating some biscuits.
Before we get on, let's start by hashing out everything big we want to discuss. Profit margins are okay, but they could make it butter. Sorry, I am bother. Next quarter, it's all or nothing. Did you have a question, sausage patty?
I need this video from that comedy show.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast,
Is it there? Oh, God.
delicious breakfast available
I don't have that's the story.
for the stay.
Oh, no, it's
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it. So I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease.
Yes. How long is it? Oh, let's kill it. I would rather talk Let's kill it. I'm sorry. You know what? We'll put it online, or I'll play it tomorrow. Because I don't want Rocco's hard work to go to waste. Can you put it on a wall for me? I'll play it tomorrow.
When Alexis was making her diary entries back in the early 90s, she was doing so when she was living in the state of New Jersey.
We called a tree in Lori's backyard. Keith went first, and when Maureen and I looked up, we saw his big ass. We climbed a tree in Lori's backyard. Ken went first, and when Maureen and I looked up, we saw his big ass.
Here we go.
No second needed here, right, please? Back to you.
Well, this is sadly our last segment in the 20th anniversary birthday bash for myTalk. I know, live here at Lush. Hey, before we get talking about military and everything, we don't want to forget, because my goodness, we're the most conspicuous members of this crew, of this family, but we wouldn't be here without Jess and Brooke and who come, they're in our promotions department. They come here hours before we do. They do the hard work. We really do nothing. They make us look good. We walk in, they make our jobs easy. So thank you to the, whoever said that, guys. That was Paul Black. Well, go drink a Frappuccino. But, and then our engineering staff, all of them, again, they're here. I don't want to keep mentioning. Grant back at the station. Grant's done a fantastic job producing. And then, sincerely, I was just joking with the audience. This show is produced, Amy Daniels and Rocco and myself. I was drunk half the time from a cruise ship producing this with Amy and Rocco. But I'm telling you, one of the most creative people in radio, in this business, who's done great creative work, Rocco.
DJ Rock Lobster! Clump, clump.
Thanks to
Clump,
Rocco.
Clump in the house. Clump, clump.
We have, wherever Rocco is, we love you, buddy. You've made this show so very special. Okay, Marjorie brought up military, probably one of the most special Project Down and Dirties that we did. Marjorie, when you think of our military one at Camp Ripley, what do you think of?
I like the Army. We had the best time.
Oh, we kind of did.
They were so good to us. It was so much fun. But I don't remember a lot.
I was the
Do you want me to
bartender.
jumpstart something for you? There was a lot of liquor involved in that one, too.
Yeah.
My memory's always Julia stumbling into
Funny.
the morning show.
Funny story.
Yeah, do you know what happened the night before that?
No, I was hoping. See, this is the second time you've had my back.
So
What happened before that morning, Colleen?
Listen, we made a pact that we would never tell the whole story, but what we will tell you.
I'm a performer.
Bradley,
I mean, you could call it that.
You are spectacular.
You
Finally, I get my due.
You did a show that was probably 10 times longer than what Steve did, and we were laughing twice as hard.
Oh, we have never laughed so hard for a solid hour.
Yeah.
Unintentionally.
Yeah, set the stage.
The three of us in the barracks had gone back to bed. Again, we were like all in beds next to each other, the three of us. Lori was like, yeah, I'm out. So she went down to the end and put her headphones on, a mask, and was reading a book and putting on makeup and doing 20 other things. And Julia climbs on top of one of the beds and begins to launch forth into a comedy routine I don't even know how to describe.
Well, we can't.
No.
We're actually not allowed to.
Were you being Brenda? I might have been Brenda. I don't know who I was.
The three of us were tucked in. We were tucked into our beds, and the three of us are all in a line with our eyes wide open, laughing hysterically. You are very talented. There were moves that I have never seen before.
Thank you very much.
Well, and thanks to all of you, my talkers, who have raised hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. You, all of you. Now, we have about 4 minutes left. I think we should end how we started, and that's with Ian. He has some closing words for us today as we say goodbye.
I wish they were as profound as this moment deserves to be, but I will tell you just from us, Ian and Marjorie, that we together were at the station really from the beginning, but then since then, it's that's 10 years kind of without me. I left in 2012 to go get my PhD. And I wanted to say something about, other than Steve and Donna, you think about this crew that's up here, it was the same crew as when we left. And that does not happen in radio. It doesn't happen in talk radio. And I want to say something that I hope you can appreciate it. To this day, if Marjorie said, I heard Bradley say, it could only be Bradley Traynor. If it's Colleen, it could only be Colleen Lindstrom. If it's Jason, there is only one Jason we saw on TV that we were talking about. If it's Alexis, that's other than the fact that Alexa immediately comes on in our house. Right. There is only one Alexis. And Lori and Julia and Sonia Ungerman, who does our sales, and Dan Seaman and Amy, they are still just first name basis with us, and they will always be with us, as I'm sure you will feel about them as well. And that is something that needs to be applauded because that never happens. That's a special crew. And they deserve this moment.
Colleen just ripped the earpiece out of my ear. That
was planned.
We need to lighten up a little bit, but anyway. We wouldn't be here without you guys and without the friends that have been with us from the beginning. And we have the freedom. I said this a little bit at the beginning and I teased the end, and here's the end. And I think everyone will nod their head in agreement. We wouldn't be able to go on the air every day and put on the shows that you guys love without the leadership that we have. Ian said this team is rare. The freedom we have is rare. We are given guidelines. We're given respect. I said that because they're standing right there. Yeah.
I was going to say we do.
But just trust us when we say this. We've all worked in other places. A lot of us have worked at other broadcast companies. They've hired us to do the jobs that we're hired to do, and they trust us to do the jobs that we do. That doesn't happen. That kind of freedom is better than any paycheck, better than any vacation policy, better than anything, because we can turn on that mic and we are free to be ourselves. And that is a gift that is given by our leadership, by Dan and Amy and Sonia and Jenny. That is a rarity, and as rare as this team is, it starts at the top. You know, the old fish, I'm not going to say that, that's the negative version of it, but it starts at the top.
That's why you're our zaddy, Jason. You just are. You are the big
Don't make
zaddy.
me cry.
I know
I've gotten through this whole damn show without crying.
You've done a great job. Let's give a big round of applause to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Zaddy Johnny Carson.
Whatever.
Our show would have stunk today.
Yeah. The first words Julia said to me was, "Thank you for giving me the day off today." That's right. Thank you to all of you here at Lush. Thanks to the crew at Lush. Thanks to all of you in your cars and your houses and your kitchen that have listened to us from the beginning and hopefully will be with us for another 20 years. We love you all. Go out there and be yourself. Nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. We love you, my talkers. Have a great day.
Crooks use the emotion of fear of missing out, or FOMO, to scam consumers. Here are 3 ways to fight these fraud tactics. Don't fall for glowing testimonials. Scammers are known to pay social media
Hey guys, a car is getting ready to be towed. It is a white Chevy. I don't know what kind of Chevy. It's parked out there. NUW is the first license plate. It's a white Chevy. Looks maybe like a crossover. You need to go out to the parking lot immediately. Thank you.